All right, guys, welcome. Best of 7 showdown between Hadres and Zero. Kind of out of the blue, but it's going to be fun. And I think this is something I'll be doing a little bit more on the channel, maybe a couple times a week. Just grab 2 high-level players and just have them go at it in a best of 7. It's always a good time. So welcome, guys. The stream could, of course, be relatively short if there's a 4-0, but again, it could be quite long if we get a 7-game series. Or if it goes to Game 7, I should say. Welcome, guys. Welcome. I have this lighting rig set up, and it's like illuminating me too much. But all right, so we're going to be jumping into the first match of today, which is going to be Hadres playing as the Empire. So as far as the picks and bans, so he picked Empire and banned Skaven, and then Zero counterpicked with Dwarves. Now this is a pretty tough matchup in my opinion. I think that the Dwarves have, since for quite some time, have had an advantage. There's a couple of very spicy Empire builds that in the past were quite good. I think that spamming Witch Hunters were very good before they got nerfed. The accusation spam was quite strong. But, you know, times are changing. Late night shift stream. This will see you through the end of your workday. Well, glad to hear. All right. So start when ready. So, Hadres on the Empire, Zero on the Dwarves. I think double ban is better for the first 2 rounds. We could. The reason why I don't do double bans, it's a good point for sure, is that in a best of 7 series, like some players are, you know, they're not going to be as proficient at all the different races. So, I don't know. It's something to think about. But yeah, maybe for the first 2 rounds we could do that. But for now, we have Empire versus Dwarves. And yeah, we're going to see what happens here. So I'll start up here. We're on the Valley of Thieves, a relatively flat map, so both players can certainly play the artillery game. But I'm quite eager to see how Hadres deals with the Dawi. It has been historically quite difficult for the Empire. Feels pretty even, says Shetland. That's good. Yeah, a bit Dawi favored for sure. Yeah, I mean, the Empire certainly has tools. They have, you know, AP infantry. They have a lot of mobile units. They have their own powder infantry. They can play the cannon game if they want to get like Hammer the Witches. And well, I don't even know if you really need Hammer the Witches. I mean, of course, it does magic damage, so the mitigation from the Dawi will be helpful. You know, they get the base magic save. The ward save against magic and witchcraft and all that stuff. I'm a dwarf and I'm digging a hole. Well, perhaps that is what will happen here. We'll find out in this match. And welcome, guys. Welcome. Yeah, because typically in best of series, I like to have players play different races every time. I mean, in other games like StarCraft, you know, if you watch like a best of, or Warcraft 3, for example, and you watch pros play like a best of 5 series, they play the same race over and over again. But I feel like in Warhammer, it's a little bit, the main focal point of the game is to kind of have that diversity of the factions and stuff. But anyway, so I was like, where'd the Empire Army go? I was like looking around, I couldn't find it. All right. Here we go. It is time. Prepare for the steam tank. You think so, Aerocrastic? Well, for the forces of Hadres, up on the high ground, we have 2 cannons. So he is going to be playing the cannon game. I mean, it's the triple Dawi cannon, though. That's always the thing. If you don't like go all in on the cannon, it can be a little bit tough. Although, guys, we have a meme tank from Hadres. So he's got triple cannons himself, in theory. So 6,800 HP here, 3.2 on these cannons. So with some life magic healing up this tank, it looks like he does have the regrowth as well. It looks like Hadres may have been kind of comfortable in this matchup. Maybe he was expecting this, and maybe he's going to be like healing the steam tank while it counterplays the enemy cannons. That's going to be really interesting. I don't know. I haven't seen this before, so I'm not terribly familiar with how the meme tank is going to be trading into those enemy cannons. Aside from that, he's got a couple handgunners, a Jade Wizard, and it looks like up in the skies he has Toddbringer, which is nice because you don't have to waste heals on him. You can use heals on your steam tank and your other targets you really want to be kind of healing against here. Yes. Aerocrastic, don't worry, man. We'll get you in on another best of 7. As a matter of fact, I was looking to try and get you to face off against Falcon today, but he wasn't online anyways. So I'm kind of like, okay, let's wait till the, you know, because after the video I posted the other day of you playing Falcon, a lot of people in the comments were like, oh, well, it was a 1-1. We want a best of 7. We want a series now. So I think we'll wait till both of you guys are available. Maybe even this weekend. Who knows? Or sometime next week, whenever you guys are, of course. And we can do that. But anyways, guys. So we got a couple great swords in the back, which is good. If you can pull the dwarves forward and outrange them, the great swords will be very useful for kind of cutting through a lot of the dwarven armor. Toddy over here, and that's pretty much it. All right. So for the dwarves, a pretty classic dwarven formation here. He's got the onions. He's got the onion formation. A couple rangers, secondary line of longbeards. It looks like a couple miners as well. 3 thunderers in the back, triple cannons, runesmith, and it looks like a rune lord. So in accordance with the rules, you can't do the triple runesmith. So he's keeping it. Yeah, this is fair. I mean, the runesmith and the rune lord here. Really good. Runes of Wrath and Ruin against enemy cav units are quite strong, and I just don't know how the meme tank is going to function here. Start when ready. Well, I'm using a new keyboard, and like some of the buttons are just, because I accidentally spilled water on my keyboard, so I'm using Anna's right now, and I'm not terribly used to it, so. The meme tank is a meme no longer, says Aerocrastic. Well, we'll find out. Yeah, the video will always go up on YouTube after the fact. So after these tournaments, they always go up. No stress, brother. I got you covered. Also, guys, there's a deep vanguard from the Empire. The Sterling's Revenge Free Company Militia have vanguarded off into the sunset. So those guys will be coming into the battle here in a moment. And I'm quite eager to see how this goes. Yeah, 3 Dwarf Cannons. I mean, that's going to be hammering the stank pretty hard. But I mean, if they're hammering the stank, then I think that the Empire Cannons might be able to actually, you know, trade back. But Dwarven Cannons, if I'm not mistaken, are a little bit more accurate. Oh, God, the triple cannons. Oh, my God. The stank is just getting beaten down. And you can see Hadres responds instantly. He's like, oh, God, I gotta do some moves here. And you can see the Jade Wizard is going to be coming in with the Power Stones to get that Winds of Magic charge. And he's going to be coming in with the Regrowth ASAP as well. So I'm a little bit concerned for the Empire, right, out of the gates. I mean, the Empire can do aggressive builds as well, but the Dwarven Cannons, they were ready for this. Like, they're ready for this type of play. And you can see here the Empire Cannon's going to be shooting downtown. And here they come. And 1 and a 2 and a 3. And now they're going to be hammering the Empire Great Cannons. I don't know. A little bit concerned for Hadres. He does have the Toddy in the back. Toddy could certainly get in there and snipe out some of the characters. But with 3 Thunders kind of shooting, I feel like it's going to be a little bit tough for Hadres to actually get his main core in here. Remember, guys, this is a best of 7. This is just for fun. Yeah, we're just doing this. And I think it's going to be a series I do more on the channel where we just grab 2 high-level players and just have them play best of 7s. And there is a prize today. It's $25. So it's just something fun to just kind of incentivize players to get in there. Yeah, Hadres is going to have to dodge. And it seems like the meme tank is kind of stabilized. It's not taking a pounding anymore. And look at this. The Empire Cannons are actually trading back. So 1 Dwarf Cannon has gone down here. 1 Empire Cannon plus about half health on the Steam Tank. So there might be a chance that the Empire is actually going to be able to trade here. A Summon Manticore is going in and actually attacking Longbeards, interestingly enough. It's going to be taking some missile fire and will be disappearing relatively shortly as it is a summon unit. And it looks like these Dwarf Cannons are actually taking a bit of a beating here. So not bad. And Toddy in the back is looking for an opportunity. And you can see the Sterling's Revenge Free Company Militia are coming around the side. So is there a glimmer of hope here for the Empire? And you can see these handgunners are going to be shooting in, but Rangers are going to be able to outtrade them all day of the week. So yeah, we'll see what happens here. So cannons still trading in. The Dwarven Cannons, there's 1 left here. Honestly, at this point, the Empire should probably switch their cannons onto the other Dwarven Cannon. And Toddy's going to be going in with the Steel Chair. This is a really bold strategy, Cotton. I do not think this is going to pay off, but I think he's just trying to kind of tear out these cannons off, because if he can secure the ranged advantage with his artillery pieces, then he can force the Dwarves out of their nest here. Master Rune of Wrath and Ruin is going to be going down on Toddy right here, lowering his speed by 50%. He is taking a royal pounding here from the Dwarves. So Frontline Engagements now underway. Some of the Greatswords have made it in, and honestly, the Greatswords have not taken that much damage. Empire Cannons, we have 1 here, 3 over here. The meme tank is pretty much 100% dead. And the problem is he's going to have to use his heals out. Maybe he might even have to heal Toddy here, guys. He might even have to do that. Sterling's Revenge have pressured the flank. They're going to be probably shooting in on this cannon, I would imagine. But the Slayers are going to have no problem just chasing those guys down. Sterling's Revenge, 36 speed. Slayers have 40. Toddy is just getting pounded brutally by that Dwarven powder. But the Empire does have some decent trades here in the front line. You can see the Great Swords have gotten into the Longbeards and should be able to win that engagement. Granted, there is a Dwarven Rune Lord and a lot of supporting Overwatch fire, so these Great Swords now are just going to be getting hammered. And the Dwarven Karate Kick of the Dark Gods is going to be coming in here. And yeah, that's going to be too much for these Great Swords to handle. Nobody can take a Dwarven Karate Kick in the back. So range far, range fast indeed. It looks like the Empire forces are crumbling. They put a lot of faith in their Steam Tank. The Steel Faith and Steam Tank, I guess, could be the new saying here. And it seems that the Steam Tank is just not paying for itself. It's very expensive. This bad boy costs like 2,200 gold, give or take. And if it's not able to kind of get in there. I mean, although the Empire has finally, you know, taken out the Dwarven artillery for the most part. I mean, 2 of them are offline, 1 of them's offline, but yeah, at what cost? You know, the meme tank is gone. The Empire artillery line in the back is very tattered. Boris Todbringer is quite beat up as well. And it looks like that's going to be game 1 going to 0 here in the series. And Dwarves, historically, like I said, have had an advantage against Empire, but Empire has builds that can work, right? In the hands of a very proficient Empire player, it certainly can be a matchup that's winnable, but it's very, very hard. So the Great Swords here in the low ground are going to keep fighting, and they did well. I mean, they've gotten in there and done some damage against the infantry and pushed into almost the secondary line, but they just kind of got ward down. The Runesmiths, with the Runes of Wrath and Ruin, quite efficient in dealing with troops like this, slowing them and allowing the Dwarven guns to get in there and really kind of, slap the base, as they say. Toddy's going to be coming in again as well. He's going to be taking some glorious cannonballs to the face, and it's been a while since we've had a Dwarven win here on the stream, so I'm sure a lot of you Dwarf fans are going to be quite excited for this, but Rip Toddy, he's going to be going in for the last Samurai charge, and he'll go out like a true hero of his people, flying, well, I guess not really, because they're technically allies with the Dwarves in lore, although there are a couple instances in which the Dwarves and the Empire do fight and have quarrels and things like that. Toddy getting taken out, just cannonballs. The bird just got a cannonball at the very end there. Oh, that was some brutal stuff. So let me grab this. 1 second, guys. All right. Here we go. It is Lady Turin. My lovely wife has joined us. She's with her glorious cat Griselda, Josefina, as well. That's going to be game 1, going to 0 in a hard matchup for the Empire, that's for sure. So, guys, we're going to go to game 2 here. And now, GG. So, now we got to switch the map, and we're going to be on... Spectator mode is such a useful tool. I'm really glad they added it. Although I need to get familiar with more maps that like are out of my regular kind of cycle, but we'll be on the Sword of Torgold. Alternating picks and bans. So 0 up 1-0 here. All right, guys, thank you for joining today. Now I can see the chat. Misha with the scared face. It's a rough game for sure. It's a rough matchup. So I'm pretty sure 0 is a Chaos main. So I would actually like to see Hadres pick Dark Elves because he is a very good Dark Elf player. As a matter of fact, Hadres and I played a couple games on ladder yesterday. We ran into each other like 4 times, and we had some really good games. So he's going Chaos and banning Vampire Coast, which is a pretty good choice. Coast, I think, has a good matchup against Chaos, and I would imagine that Hadres is going to have to pick his Dark Elves here. It's his best faction. He's down a game. I really think that that's going to be the direction it's going to go. But yeah, Aerocrastic, if you want, I'd love to get a best of 7 with you and Felcon sometime in the next, maybe this weekend. Who knows? If you're free, shoot me a message on Discord. Let me know. I think that'd be really fun because yeah, after that series you guys had, it was really fun. A lot of people wanted to see more. So, and of course, it's a glorious prize at stake, perhaps. She is my hot wife. Ah, my smoking hot wife, Lady Turin, up in here. Hadres is going Dark Elves. Yes, this is what I wanted to see. The two players on these two players on their best factions going at it here, just fisticuffs. Oh, and don't act like my lovely wife is. That's good too. Come on, you got to give me some props here. All right, so it is time. The players are going to be picking. We don't need to use the screen blocker unless I click on these guys. So you can't really, when you're in spec mode, if I click, I can see their picks and everything. But, you know, for the sake of this, I don't think we'll need to kind of bother that. Mirror him with Chaos? That would be pretty interesting. I'm trying to think about who Hadres played yesterday. He played Dark Elves. I think Dark Elves was the main one he played. Yeah, that was probably the strongest of the bunch. Sure, sounds good, Arrow. Yeah, we can do it during the week. No problem. And by the way, Aerocrastic, when I was watching your stream last night, there was a couple things. If I were to help you with your OBS settings, there's a couple things that would make the gameplay a lot smoother, because I noticed that on the YouTube feedback, it's a little bit laggy, but I can actually help you with that. And it's just a couple minor tweaks in the OBS settings. Yeah, we'll be good. You know, you want the Palpatine overlay? I know, that's fair. People want that. The Chill of Sontar, I don't know. I think that Hadres will probably go with a lot of Cold One Knights. I mean, honestly, most Dark Elf players just go with Cold One Knights and battlefield manipulation magic. So using like, Shadow Magic for enfeebling foe to make sure you win those trades with like Chaos Knights and Dragon Ogres and things like that. From there, you could see like some Corsairs, a bit of a kiting style of play. Corsair Handbows, maybe. There's a lot of different ways to play it. I mean, Dark Elves have some really good tools against Chaos. Marathi's quite good as well. Her debuffs are strong. She has anti-large and armor piercing. Her magic kit's really good. She can't really be caught up in the skies by Chaos. You know, if you have like a Chaos Dragon or something. I think that this is a matchup that, Chaos has some good tools as well. They can really do quite well in the infantry fight. And if they want to use like Chaos Tonya style play and use like Chaos Knights plus the Plague of Rust to really kind of lower the armor, they can do pretty well in those cab trades actually. So there's a multitude of ways to play. Yeah. Yeah, multitude of ways to play. Turin, do you think he'll bring back the 2v2 have-fun battles? Yeah, I probably will Optimus Prime. I think so. Oh, Anna, that shirt's in the laundry, but I could dig it out. Lady Turin got me the best shirt for my birthday. Although I'll keep it a surprise because I could try and fish it out of the laundry, but I wore it for like 3 days straight, and it's really smelly right now. So, oh man, it's really good. Lady Turin is the best at gift giving. Like we always have these duels to see, and she usually wins. So, Alex Hartman, thank you for becoming a sponsor here on the channel. I appreciate it. Welcome to the family, man, and hopefully you're enjoying the content. You see Palpatine's here. All right, and I'll see if I can dig it out of the laundry. After this game, I'll do it. I'll switch it, I will. I'll show you. Oh god, it's gonna smell so bad. Oh god. Oh my god. Anna, I used that gift. I went and played Warhammer 2 days straight in a sweaty local game shop, and I wore that shirt, and it did me well. I won both my games. And after this stream, I'm going to be meeting with the great Shetland Apache, and we're going to be going over the World Cup series. So the World Cup is going to be a series on the channel where we have, it's probably going to be a Swiss format where we're going to have teams from different countries facing off. So it'll be Team USA versus Team, wherever, any part of the world. And Garland Green, that evil hag, owes me a Salamander Ancient. Thank you so much, Garland, for the donation. I do appreciate that. Welcome, welcome. This looks pretty similar to the build Hadres brought against me yesterday. A little bit of variance, though. He certainly changed it up. And Garland, thank you again for the donation. That is very generous. And we're here. It is time. Don't you disconnect on me. Okay, a little bit of lag there as the players do load in, but that is normal. And let's see. Yeah, his build looks actually pretty similar to mine, too. The Chaos build. Granted, he brought more elite infantry. Yeah, and didn't mess around with like Chaos Knights and things like that. So it looks like there's going to be Chaos Warriors with great opens and troops like that. All right, here we go. It is time. I have no idea what you're talking about, Ninja Hun, but that's cool, man. Garland, thanks again. And here we go. So for the Forces of Hadres, we're going to have a Dreadlord with the Sword and Crossbow. Interesting. So he does have the AP missile attacks, which means he can kind of sit up in the skies and poke casters and snipe things out in that respect. A little bit of lag here. Hopefully it stabilizes. But let's take a look. So he does have the Volley of Dark Arrows, which is a 3-charge ability, 90-second cooldown. Looks like it does some decent armor-piercing damage. So it's kind of like Arrows of Kurnus, and he, of course, has the Noxious Breath attack. So should be interesting to see this Lord in action. Not going to see Malekith on the Dragon, which is fairly common. Man, I want some good old Angry Dwarf logo. Well, Alex, I can certainly arrange that. I'll add a banner, or I'll add the Dwarves to the what is it called, emojis. Yes, King, we are playing, but don't worry, we'll get you in. I'm going to be doing these very often. No worries, King. We'll get you in. You find an opponent you want to play, and we'll make it happen. So we got Dread Spears here as well, and the Sisters of Singing Doom. It looks like there's going to be a Sorceress with Death, Spirit Leech, and the Soul Blight. Soul Blight's pretty good, especially if you're using like low AP infantry, like Sisters and things like that. It lowers the armor and the damage output, so it just makes it, all in all, a better trade. On top of that, we got a couple Cold One Knights over here on the far side. Frontline is going to be Corsair Handbows, which are actually pretty good counter skirmishers against Marauder Horsemen. Horsemen, of course, have the mobility and the range advantage, but if they're pressing in on you hard, these guys can kite, they can do their thing. They're relatively durable in melee combat, and I know it's kind of a Hadres special. In the back, he does have a Reaper Bolt Thrower, which is going to be pretty decent against the Dragon Ogre Shaggoth. I believe there is a Shaggy over here. A little bit hard to say. 2 groups of Dark Riders with the Peter Crossbows. It's going to be a very micro-intensive build, because he doesn't have much in the way of infantry, aside from a couple Dread Spears, but yeah, Chaos is very aggressive here. So for 0, he's got Marauder Horsemasters on the flanks, Chaos Knights with Lances in the back, and a Dragon Ogre Shaggoth. So he is going to be going for a bit of a Chaos Tonia build. You can see he has Plague of Rust as well. So he's probably going to be dropping Plague of Rust on the Cold One Knights as the Chaos Knights get that charge, or any other armor target, and it really just exponentially multiplies their value. Yeah, there will be a Team Poland for sure. It's going to be great. I can't wait for the World Cup stuff. I'm ironing out some details right now in terms of format, but that'll be coming soon. He's got Final Transmutation, Dragon Ogre Shaggoth here, and Marauder Horsemen. And Marauder Horsemen, again, synergize very well with Plague of Rust. Their damage output is pretty good on Horsemasters and Horsemen, but their AP is low. But again, if you can Plague of Rust a target you want to take down, it's really good. Lord Megatron, thank you. Here's a small gift for being a cool Total War Warhammer 2 YouTuber. Thank you so much, man. Thank you, thank you. It is good. It is time. And here we go. So the battle's about to be underway. It looks like both players are deployed. Are the Forces of Chaos with a very infantry-heavy army, again, supported by Marauder Horseman Corps. It's a good army, honestly. I think the Shaggy's going to be very good against a big dragon. Again, the Shaggy, though, is a pretty juicy target for the Reaper, plus these Dark Riders with Peter Crossbows. My only concern for the Dark Elves is I don't think they're going to be able to hold this Bolt Thrower for too long once Chaos advances. Chaos Warriors with Great Opens will absolutely crump all over this front line. I mean, it's just Spearmen, Dread Spears, to say the least, but yeah, we'll see how it goes. Spirit of Gorg predicts that Chaos will win. What do you guys think in chat? Hadres is down a game, but again, he is a Dark Elf main, and I can tell you from experience, he is very, very good at Dark Elves. But Zero's very good at Chaos. It's going to be interesting to see how this goes. So if any of you guys want to learn builds against these particular factions, this is the place to do it. It's raining in the UK. You know what? This is actually the first day in a long time here in California. In the past like 2 weeks, it's actually nice and cool. Aerocrastic says, I think I favor Dork Elves on this map. Yeah, it's a pretty good map for them. Yeah, I would say so. The Bolt Thrower, I mean, probably just going to be sitting on the Shaggy the entire time because it probably will be compromised. I mean, although it is being guarded by the Sisters of Singing Doom, but their AP is low, so if they have to fight against Chaos Warriors, it's not going to be the best trade for them. But yeah, it's a nice build by both players. I honestly don't have any predictions. I think it's going to be good. Yeah, thank you, Daniel. Appreciate it. Perhaps we'll take you up on that someday. That expo is scary. Yeah, I haven't seen him too much. The Dreadlord with the sword and crossbow. One of the first times, I mean, usually when you see a dragon character, it's oftentimes going to be Malekith. Malekith on the dragon just has really good utility, but I mean, this guy's cheaper, of course, and kind of accomplishes the same things in terms of his melee prowess. Plus, he, of course, you know, much like the Glade Lord can sit up in the air and just kind of snipe characters and casters and things like that, he can do the same thing. So, you know, oftentimes dragon characters will have a hard time in those ground engagements. Are they waiting for me? Oh. But take your time. Yeah, no rush. It seems like they were just waiting for a little bit of lag to resolve, and then they're going to be getting started. So, the World Cup stream, honestly, it'll be probably starting relatively soon. I just have to get a couple teams together. How I'm going to do it, I think, is I'm going to assign a team, like a team manager / captain to each nation, and then they manage their own team and their own players and who they want to put up for events. Things like that. That'll make it a lot easier for me to run. So it'll be kind of like a self-sustaining World Cup thing. It'll be really fun. And of course, I'll be casting it and adminning it, things like that. But so the Bolthor is going to be shooting in, and it looks like some decent trades initially. Marauder Horsemen taking some damage, but the Marauder Horse Masters are a very good counter-skirmishing unit against Dark Riders because they can chase and throw, and Dark Riders with repeater crossbows actually cannot shoot while they're running. So it looks like he might be taking a fight here, which is interesting. I guess he has the dragon support over here, so he's thinking about it. A little bit of a you know, fierce cockfight skirmishing going on. Corsair handbows are scooting up. Ooh, getting some nice shots here on the Marauder Horsemasters. So both armies with some light skirmishing, which is always fun. I like these well, you know, balanced battles like this, where both players do a little bit of skirmishing before the main fighting comes underway. It's always a really good time to see. So the Dreadlord with the sword and crossbow, what is he going to be shooting at? So the first volley is coming down, probably going to be going after Chaos Knights. Oh, it actually goes after the Shaggy, and it looks like the Shaggy just barely dodged that. But now the advance of Chaos is here. You can see Chaos Knights are going to be coming forward. We have the Chaos Warriors. There's going to be a ton of pressure coming in. Cold Moon Knights are kind of teasing the flank a little bit, but it looks like the Dork Elves, as they've been coined, are doing very well here on the flank and getting a little bit of damage on these guys, a little bit more than they're taking back. So the Warp Chicken here is going to get tagged with the Spirit Leech. Now, he has pretty good magic resist, if I'm not mistaken, but let's actually go ahead and double check here. So he does have, it's only 25%, so it's not super bad. So Hadres, a little bit of a lapse in micro here, does get caught up with his Dark Riders, but only loses one model for the cost, so not terribly bad. And now we do have a fight between the Coldwind Knights and the Chaos Knights, and it actually was going well for the Coldwind Knights until that Plague of Rust went down, and plus a Dragon Ogre Shaggoth piled in. There are some spears coming in as well, and it looks like a fat Soul Blight is going to be counterplayed here from the Dark Elves, but the Coldwind Knights are taking a pounding. But also, guys, Coldwind Knights are a lot cheaper than Chaos Knights with lances, so if he can get it even close, considering all the circumstances here, it's going to be an okay situation for him. So the spears are going to be piling in. The Chaos, or not the Chaos Lord, but the Dreadlord is going to be jumping in the middle, attacking these Chaos Warriors, and now we have the Coldwind Spear Riders plus the Dark Riders chasing off the Marauder Horsemen. I don't know if that's worth it. He probably is going to need these guys in the main fight. Granted, the Chaos Knights here do take a bit of a beating, and now they're fighting Dread Spears, but the Coldwind Knights basically just got shreked and eliminated from that fight. And you can see here that the Dragon Ogre Shaggoth is really able to chase his Dreadlord back. Another Spirit Leech going down, and this one is going to be going down on the Dragon Ogre Shaggoth here. Spirit Leech, certainly, it's a pretty good target. Certainly better than the Warp Chicken, in my opinion. So right here, I think that the Dreadlord's probably going to want to turn and go after this guy. Although the damage coming in from the Corsair Handbows is pretty good. Dragon Ogre Shaggoth is getting worn down, but my main issue with the Dark Elf situation here is that there's a big, angry, erect Chaos Force over here. A lot of Chaos Warriors. These bad boys are going to be pushing through, and very good kiting here from Zero. He's able to kite those Dark Riders with the Repeater Crossbows, pick them apart, and to that point, I mean, they're pretty much offline. They could have been very useful here. The Coldwind Knights do get a countercharge here, but Zero, his micro with the Marauder Horsemasters is very on point. He's not letting Hadres catch any of these high-value targets, and you can see here the Corsair Handbows are going to be circling about, shooting into the Marauder Horsemen. I mean, that's a good target for them, but I don't know. It's going to be hard for the Elves here. Reaper Bolthor in the back is going to continue shooting here. It's still online, which is great. And it's targeting, it looks like the Dragon Ogre Shaggoth. Up in the sky, the Dreadlord, maybe he just wants to sit here and shoot at the Dragon Ogre. That wouldn't be a bad idea. And the Chaos Knights here with Lances are being focused down by a lot of this Dark Elf missile pressure back here. And he was able to get some Dark Riders with the Repeater Crossbows back online. So this is actually a good trade here for the Elves, but it looks like Plague of Rust is going to be going down, which is going to make this Dreadlord a very, very buttery target. So this guy, his Sweet Bread, is probably going to get buttered here, and there is missile support coming in, but Chaos just has like so much stuff left. I feel like their infantry is in pretty good shape, and that Dreadlord needs to escape. If he gets caught here, it's pretty much 100% over. Now, if the Dreadlord is able to get back up in the sky and just sit and shoot for the rest of the battle, I think there is a small chance that he could get this. But yeah, with the Dreadlord being caught here by all the Chaos pressure from the Chaos Knights and the Warp Chicken and the Dragon Ogre, it looks like he's going to be shattering. Because, I mean, Dark Elves have some things that are going well. The center here with the Witch Elves was going okay. But now on the far side, you can see Zero, having won that skirmish fight, is now going to be pulling in his Marauder Horsemen, jumping on top of the Reaper Bolthor, and just getting into that sweet cookie jar. So in the meantime, Blackheart Corsairs with Handbows are going to be kiting back, shooting at Chaos Warriors with great weapons. I mean, there's a lot of armor on those guys, and these guys don't have the best AP, so it's not going to be the best situation, but that Chaos Rush, yeah, it was quite strong. And Hadres did a good job in counterplaying it in multiple areas, but I think the overchase over here on the far side and a couple engagements with the Dreadlord were a little bit questionable, and also the Spirit Leech focus, I think maybe should have just been solely on the Dragon Ogre Chagoths, maybe save the Warp Chicken for later. The Chagoth, of course, has no magic resist, and getting rid of that does free up your Dragon, because that's really the only true, like, hard-hitting anti-large unit. Now, in the meantime, the Dork Elves are going to be kiting back here, Marauder Horsemen getting a nice collapse and able to pin those guys in place. Just really, really good play. Chaos Knights with Lances are going to be just getting in there, and these Elves are going to be running straight off the map, as Zero is going to be going up 2-0. Very, very well played. Very well played. That was a great, great game there, and Chaos is going to be taking the victory. I know. He had a lot of ammo left, for sure. And we have a couple, Garland Green with another 100 SEK. Thank you so much, man. It's a pleasure having you on the stream, and thank you for the generous donations. And Titanius, thank you for becoming a member here on the channel. Welcome to the party. Oh yeah, good times. GG indeed. Yeah, the Dragon got the business. He got the Chaos business there. So remember, guys, this is best of 7. So at the least, we have 2 more games. And if we do end up having a relatively quick 4-0, I'll probably jump on and do some battles, or we'll do something else to kind of entertain. But I like the streams to be around 2 hours on average. So, all right, guys, GG. So next map is going to be Chapter. Thank you for sponsoring the channel, man. What is that creature? Is that a Velociraptor wearing a top hat? If it is, that's quite awesome. And for the next map, let's go ahead and pick... We'll do a classic. All right, map, set, pick, and ban. Ninja Hunt. Wow, the man himself donating. Let's play for pink slips. I'll wager my hand. You see, the thing is I don't think your hand could be like surgically attached and actually function. But I appreciate the gesture. And anytime, man, anytime. Gojira will be the Rudy of Team USA. Ninjan, thank you for the donation, man. Chapter, Titanius, Garland, thank you guys all so much. Hopefully you're enjoying the stream. Unlimited power. All right, so let's see if I can find that shirt in the laundry. Oh man, it's gonna smell like a local game store Warhammer. So Hadres is gonna pick Greenskins and Bam Tomb Kings. That's pretty good. Zero has a couple options here. High Elves I think High Elves with the Arcane and Forging can be quite impressive here. Vampire Coast is pretty strong. I mean, he has a multitude of picks, but again, as we do get deeper into a best of 7, players who don't have as much faction width, it certainly becomes evident. Now, Greenskins versus Lizardmen, it's hard, but Greenskins I think have some decent tools here. Black Orcs are pretty solid. Zero, of course, seems to be very, very good with his faction picks here. He's clearly very used to that. So, me, your prediction better than Aeroclassics. Much love. Spirit of Gorg, thank you for the donation, man. Yeah, Chaos Knights with Lances are really good, and they can actually function as a pretty good enemy cav or anti-cav unit if you have Plague of Rust. The one issue with them is they lack AP, so against like enemy heavy cav units, they tend to struggle. But if you get that juicy -60 Plague of Rust, they will butter bread with their charge bonus of 80. Technozon, what's up, man? Greenskins, guess we'll need to pay the troll toll. Oh, I know. Oh my god, my local gaming store smells so bad. Oh my god, in the summer, I mean, it is an awesome store. I love it, but like when it's in the summer and there's like 60 people in there playing board games in Warhammer, it gets deep. And Garland Green, having a 400 versus 400 power level 40k game tomorrow will be epic. Necrons and Admech versus... Oh, Necrons and Admech. So 2v2 versus Guardians and Covenant Imperial Guard. Who are you... Garland, thank you again for the multiple donations, dude. You're just going balls deep today. And secondly, who are you playing in that forte? Perhaps I could give you some feedback. Although you're probably a better player than I am. Yeah, I don't know about that, Darko. It's interesting. holy sec, that's funny. Yeah, Necrons are really cool. I love Necrons. Necrons get a little bit weaker as you get to higher point value games, but in lower point values, like when you don't have enough to alpha strike them, their regeneration can really kick on. Necrons are such a cool faction. The local game stores that smell are the ones that are popular. So the ones that aren't as popular and are less crowded usually aren't that bad because it's easier to like air condition them and keep like a good flow. But when you have like tons of people in there. Oh, Garland. Yeah, dude. Garland, if you're playing Necrons, just get those sweet destroyers, use that annihilation protocols, and just get in there, dude. It is going to be incredibly strong. And do drop a like on the stream if you guys are here. We're in game 3 of this best of 7. It is time. Thank you guys so much for joining on this Friday afternoon. I'm gonna be, you know, honestly, like I love streaming. It's my favorite element of doing YouTube. 80 warriors, lots of destroyers, dude. Garland, you're on the right train, dude. Just spam those beautiful annihilation protocols. For Imperial Guard, well, basically you just spam Leman Russes and sit in the corner with your tanks. And just if you're playing Chaos, just use Vengeance for Cadia, and you're going to be okay. I mean, Imperial Guard, just make sure you have ample screening with Guardsmen, and then, you know, just get in there with your tanks and just do work. I mean, Guardsmen are a pretty straightforward faction, but again, always deploy far back is the thing. And when you're playing Imperial Guard in 40k, you want to treat it like an onion dwarf. In Total War Warhammer, you want to have layers. So you have to have multiple layers of screens, because if you have just one and they compromise and get to your tank line, you pretty much lost. So you want to like force your opponent over the course of a long battlefield. Yeah, I have no idea what the next Lord pack could be. Yeah, I'm excited though. I'm excited. All right, so let me see if I can find this shirt. It might actually be in the machine. Digging. I don't think it's in there. Oh yeah. Oh man, this thing is smelly. But I'll put it on for just a second so you guys can see it. Tiamat says, we had a 40k battle on Sunday last week. It was the last man. It ended up with a Carnifex for some Space Marine Terminators. Dude, that's like a quintessential epic 40k battle. Okay. Oh man, this smells. Okay, I'm just putting it on for a second to show you guys. So let me minimize and go to the desk. Okay, so this is what one of the many gifts Lady Turin got me. So, oh, can you guys see it? It's getting green screened out, but it says, it's Palpatine with the eyes, and it says I am, and then below, if you see, let me pull it up a little bit. Oh man, he's getting green screened. That says Senate down there, but the writing's kind of like, yeah, it's an amazing gift. She is the best at gift giving. So, all right, so let's get back here. So it looks like Hadres is ready. Ugh. You guys can smell it here. Yeah, mortars are great too, for Guardsmen, yeah. They're great. Flayed ones aren't very good in my opinion in 40k. It's Armando. Jesus, man, it's been a long time. Welcome to the stream, man. Hope you're doing well. I am the Senate. It's a great shirt. It's a great shirt. It needs to be washed, though. So Zero is still picking. I'm really curious what Hadres is going to pull out here. He is down 2 games, so he certainly needs to get a game back here. And I can tell you, when you go down 2-0 in a series, whether it be anything, it certainly takes a toll on you, you know, in terms of your psychology. So, yeah, it's a great shirt. It's a great shirt. Yeah, I think Necrons, like, just going with like a heavy shooting style play for Necrons is just always going to be more optimal than trying to get like fancy with melee. Like, you just have layers and layers of warriors, and even if they get to the front line of warriors, you have another layer behind them that's just gonna, you can just fall back and shoot. And like, I don't think you need to play melee too much with Necrons. It is, we're live. I was spoiled. Lady Turin also got me, what's it called? A magnetized 40k case. So I can fit almost my entire army in a single magnetized case now. So I actually spent the other day magnetizing the bottom of all my models with some, you know, little gaming magnets and super glue. Mortals are pretty good, Michael. I think mortals are good. They're nice because they can, I'm pretty sure you can deep strike those guys, can't you? They could just like appear and just like get some great value. If I had to play a Xenos army I play Death Guard and I play Black Legion in 40k. But if I had to play like anyone else, I'd probably, a Xenos army, I would play Necrons for sure. I think Necrons are so goddamn cool. Like this whole Terminator aesthetic, God. Destroyers are really good. They're mobile, they hit hard. I mean, they do so much damage. 2 games into a best of 7, yes, Yoda. So she got me a magnetized 40k case, which is really nice. All right, so let me make sure I'm on the proper screen. All right, we're good. And guys, here we are. So Hadres down 2-0 here in this series. The man's on the ropes. But again, I'm sure he has some tricks up his sleeve, and it is time. Oh my god, Grey Knights are in a really bad place. Grey Knights are solo Grey Knights are probably one of the worst factions in competitive play. Granted, I mean, they can win games, but that's not true. There's worse solo factions. I mean, but Grey Knights, they need buffs. It's stupid. Their smites should do D3 damage. I think it's really dumb how they just do 1. Yeah, Tyranids are fun too. All right, guys. So for the forces of Hadres, he's coming in with the Arachnarok Queen. Anti-large, armor piercing, always a pretty good choice against the dinos, and it looks like it's going to be Wurzog on foot with Foot of Gork and Fist of Gork. He does also have the Bonewood Staff and all those goodies, and it looks like there's going to be a Night Goblin Shaman as well. Now for the main line, it looks like we have the Rusty Heirs, some Savage Orc Archers. Backline's going to be 2 Doomdiver Catapults. Interesting stuff, guarded by Trolls, Nasty Skulkers, and Orc Biggins. A very, very strange army here from Hadres so far. Now as far as the front line goes, he doesn't have a whole lot. He's got some Goblins, it looks like, and just some Lads and some Black Orcs. It's a very mixed-matched army. I mean, a lot of stuff all over the place. He's got Black Orcs, he's got, yeah, Day Peak Loonies are a good frontline unit because they're unbreakable, so typically they do hold. But aside from that, Goblins, Biggins, I mean, Arachnarok Spider, this is a very, very interesting army. So I'm eager to see it in action. Maybe it's the Hadres special. So here for Zero, it looks like in the front he does have Chameleon Skinks, which are going to be pretty annoying, but Goblins do have Silver Shields, so it's not going to be too bad. Doomdiver Catapults can also slam into them and do some work if they want to, but really it's just going to be a matter of enduring. Now for the back line here, we do have a Bastillodon with the Solar Engine. It looks like it's going to be Big Papa Krokar and a Skink Priest with Heavens. So Windblast, incredibly good against Goblins and Greenskins in general. And Krokar is going to be in that Fisticuffs fight here with the Arachnarok Queen. The Queen is going to need some magic support. Krokar, of course, in a vacuum would win that fight pretty handily. But with some support from the Goblin Caster and, Wurzog, I think it could be a close fight there. Salamander Hunting Pack here, and it looks like 2 Salamander Hunting Packs. The Skink Cohorts with Javelins spread across the sunset, a couple groups of Pterodon Riders, and that's pretty much it. Cool armies by both players. The Salamanders, though, you know what's actually going to be super good against the Salamanders here? I think is going to be the frickin' Doomdiver Catapults. I think those Doomdiver Catapults are going to be able to Shrek these guys pretty good. So, yeah, we'll see how this goes. And that is some delicious water. I'm well hydrated as we move into this third match of the day. And the Salamander Hunting Packs are coming in. They're coming in for it. The Greenskin build is very interesting. I mean, he has a lot of different stuff. I'm more used to seeing builds that are a little bit more symmetrical, but in this one he has, what, Goblins, 8-peak Loonies. He has a decent little Missile Core here in the back. Salamanders will be able to... what's the range on Salamanders? Like 125? No, actually the Archers, 115 on them, and then 140 on the Orc Archers. I'm really curious what he's going to shoot out with the Doomdivers. Is he going to try and snipe Krokar? That would be really funny. All right, Doomdivers coming in. Oh my god, they're going after Crocky. Oh, Krokar gets hit a couple times. Not much, though. I think the Salamanders are the better target because you need to get rid of those guys. They're just going to kind of chew down your Trolls and some of your other, high-value goodies. But it looks like he's switching targets now. He's probably going to be going after the Skink Priest with Heavens because it's a little bit less mobile. Krokar is more agile and can dodge these things, but the Skink Priest back here should be getting some pretty square shots to the face here. Oh, yeah, Doomdivers, they're getting in there. Oh, yeah, not the best damage, but... it is what it is. So Doomdiver shooting in, and it looks like the Skink Priest in the back is going to be sitting with his Ballista and just kind of a counter shooting here, which is interesting. Going to be getting a little bit of work done, but he's going to get worn down over the course of a long battle. Vindictive Glare does go down, but Krokar jukes it. Very good control here by Zero. Man, he is just on point today. Black Orcs getting ready to kind of take a beating here from the Skinks, and the Archers for the Greenskins are going to be scooting forward and getting some of that good focus fire. The Doomdivers are just sitting on the Skink Priest. I mean, there is a Rev Crystal, though. Man, that sucks. That really sucks for the Greenskins, because the Rev Crystal, firstly, Doomdivers don't have good AP, and if they're going to be sitting on a Skink Priest all day, it's going to take a long time to get it down, and then from there, the Rev Crystal is simply going to be able to heal it up and just kind of counter that. Now, the Goblin Archers in the front are able to get some good poking here on the Chameleons, as the little Goblins in the front are going to be screening some of that poke. And yeah, it's going to be a very defensive turtley formation here for the Greenskins. I think he's probably going to switch his Doomdiver targets here in a moment. Ooh, getting the Goblin Archers back here. Oh no, the rock drop's coming. Here it comes. You guys ready for this? Oh, and the rocks were dropped. Crumping some gits. Are the Goblins going to stabilize? It looks like it. They're shaken, not stirred. And that was pretty good play, but it's not going to be enough to kind of force them off. Oh, look at that. Nice little smoke bomb as the Pterodon Riders do fly overboard. So they fly over the rock, the Doomdiver Catapult right here. But now all the Archers are going to turn and get some really good value. So the Goblin Archers shooting in here, and the 8-peak Loonies are just running out. I mean, they are Loonies. It makes sense, but... they're going to be going after the Salamanders, which is interesting, but that's a good catch there. Hadres gets a really nice catch in the back line, is able to get those Pterodon Riders, kind of butter those guys up. But I don't think he's going to be able to force them. Oh, that's really bad. That is so bad for Hadres. He needs to protect this Doomdiver Catapult crew, because as they run away now, the Skinks are just going to pick them off. Oh man, that is really unfortunate. Losing a Doomdiver at this point in the game is not a good situation. Arachnarok Queen is going to be surging out as well, looking to maybe get an engagement with Krokar. I don't think that's going to be a good trade because these Salamander Hunting Packs are going to be able to kind of just poke her down. So you can see here she's going to be pulling back. And very, very good Lizardman engagements here from Zero. Man, he is just on point with this. And he's just got a full circle. And now he's going to be able to just use his Javelins and other tools to just take out the Doomdiver Catapults. That is a really, really huge loss. And I just don't think I can see the Greenskins coming back from this. Yeah, Doomdiver Catapults are good. I think they're really good. But the fact that they're being picked apart like this by the Pterodon Riders plus the Skink Cohorts with Javelins is just a little bit unfortunate. And the one thing about Hadres' build, it was a little bit, it's a little mixed matched, like I said. I mean, I think maybe going all in against either having like a Helm's Deep with more defensive parameters like Forest Goblin Spider Riders, but I don't know. It's going to be tough. So FG of the Git does go down, and the AP Loonies and some Goblins are going to get a nice catch here on this hunting pack. Harmonic Convergence does go down in response. They're still snared, and they're actually poisoned now. So that's actually a really good grab by Hadres. These are the kind of plays he needs to get back in the game here. So getting this hunting pack, that's almost like the same as like losing a Doomdiver Catapult, for example. Like it's tit for tat. In terms of cost, it's relatively similar. And you can see a Harmonic Convergence is going to maybe help them survive a little bit more. But oh, Wurzog gets blasted in the face by that freaking Hand of the Gods. Oh no, Krokar's coming for that ass right now too. And there is no FG of the Git now, and the Wad's going to get popped. So, oh no, Wurzog. Oh, Wurzog, no! He's got to put the moves on. He's got to just like run back and forth amongst his troops. And he needs the Arachnarok Spider to help him because Wurzog's just going to get hunted by Crocky. Although if all these missiles and trolls help and then the Spider is able to kind of come back here and take out the Rev Crystal and company, that could be quite good. Okay, and it looks like the trolls were able to provide an ample screen. Balance of power is a little bit in the favor of the dinos as the back line here for the Gobos and the Greenskins is relatively in tatters. But Krokar's taking some work. There is pretty much a big ugly Greenskin blob just kind of chasing him. Arachnarok Queen in the back is doing her thing. But Wurzog, amidst all this is just, he's dancing. He's doing his thing. He's having fun. But those Orc Biggins are dead too. Yeah, I know. There's been a lot of rough engagements here for the Greenskin so far. So the Greenskin Waz coming in. Black Orcs and company doing their thing. Orc Biggins as well. Savage Orc Air Boys are still in line. So there still is some missile pressure. And now, mind you, when the dinos do run out of ammunition on their skinks and these other units, there may be a chance for like a Greenskin Death Star, assuming Wurzog lives, to do some good work. So now would probably be a good time to just kind of switch the Spider around and maybe chase after here and come fight against Krokar, for example. Because now Krokar is going to be giving the business to the Trolls, and the Salamander hunting packs hiding in the trees are just doing such a good job. I mean, God, man. It's a very well thought out build here from Zero. I like it quite a bit. So Crocky G is going to be running. Rev Crystal is going to be going down. There's a big-ass angry Spider chasing. 57 speed against the 40 of the Bastillodon, but that Salamander damage. Salamanders don't have good AP on the hunting packs. The ancient ones do. But nonetheless, it still does add up. They have a pretty good bonus versus large. Krokar is going to be pulling back in. Missile Fire is pouring into the Salamander hunting packs. And a beautiful Wind Blast right there, just shrekking through those Black Orcs. And where's Wurzog? What's he doing? Wurzog is over here. Looks like he's going to be fighting some skinks with the remnants of the AP Loonies, the Brave Heroes, rocking a mighty 2 kills. And I just don't think I can see the Greenskins coming back from this. Black Orcs, surging in. They are going to be tough to crack, but the Arachnarok Spider is just kind of being kited about. But the, the skink horde is running out of ammo. So eventually they're going to have to come in and fight, but again, they still have enough to fight. You can see there's going to be FG of the Git right here to try and keep Krokar from killing Wurzog, but Wurzog's actually terrified right now. So yeah, he's getting he's going to run into Krokar. Oh, that is so not good for him. And it looks like it's going to be kind of a mass rout for the Greenskins. They had a couple good catches, able to kind of get some hunting packs, but really it feels like the army was just picked apart for the most part. The Trolls getting a good chase here. Trolls are 54 speed, so they might be able to actually catch these guys. So here they come. Troll Pound Town going to be jumping in, and boom. Those Salamanders just got crumped by those Trolls right there. So those guys are offline, but I think it's too little too late, as Krokar is able to feast on the soul of Wurzog. And the Arachnarok Queen kind of got kited around this battle. She wasn't able to do too much. And here she comes. Here she comes again. So she's going to be jumping around, and yeah, there's just too many big beasties, and hunting packs have ample ammunition here. And Krokar is going to be chasing Wurzog off the battlefield, and I think that's going to be all she wrote. Looks like the players might be dropping a GG here. No, not yet. Queen's still fighting. I mean, Black Orcs here doing their thing. And, had the Greenskins been able to endure and not lose their Doomdiver catapults, maybe they could have pulled this out. Because the Greenskins, were able to endure the ammunition for the most part. These Brave Trolls certainly got their money's worth. They finished off hunting packs and, gave some good screens this entire game, but I just don't see it happening here. So right here, the Arachnarok Spider hath fallen this day. Good night, sweet princess. And that is going to be all she wrote. Fields are just empty for most units except Artie, yeah. Yeah, I really like the play from Zero using the Pterodon Riders plus these skinks on the flanks to pick off the artillery pieces. That was pretty interesting. Now, I don't think he was building around artillery. Doomdivers are a very uncommon pick, but ultimately his build was well-rounded enough that he was able to deal with that. So that's going to be 3-0, guys. So it is best of 7, like I said. So, we're going to see how this goes. We're going to see what happens here. And if we do end on a 4-0 here, then in this best of 7, then we'll find something else to do on the stream. Don't you guys worry. Zero is certainly on point today. All right. Hadres, though, I doubt you needed such a build versus Greenskins. All right. Next map is going to be the Eshin. Here we go. Salamanders were pretty good that game, yeah. So we're on game 4 in this best of 7. Eshin's a cool map. I've always liked it. And it looks like Zero's going to be picking Vampire Coast. What is Hadres going to pick? I mean, now there's a lot of good answers to Vampire. I think a lot of the elf factions, like the Elves, have pretty good choices here. Basically, you just use Reavers to clear out the dogs, and then use your archers to just pick them apart. So he's going Coast and banning Dwarves. And we're going to see what Hadres picks. He's really on the ropes here, guys. But could we see a heroic comeback? I don't know. We will find out. Spirit of Gorg. I'm really excited for the Warhammer 40k TV show. I'm just, I'm a little bit concerned that it's going to kind of get soft on us, because I think the strength of it, like for anyone who saw the Astartes video where it was like, you know, showing like that's just like the grittiness that 40k needs. Like there can't be any like stupid, like, you know, it needs to be like grimdark and violent and brutal to the point where it may be offensive to some people, but that's what 40k needs to be, in my opinion. So I'm really hoping that, I don't know. I'm a little concerned Games Workshop and whoever, you know, is producing it isn't going to take that approach, and they're really going to soften it up. So I don't know. We'll see. Yeah. Tomb Kings. All right. Tomb Kings versus Ghost is a fun matchup. Yeah. I'm excited to see what he picks here. Yeah, it'll be a ways off. So we'll see what Hadres has got in store here. Is he going to be able to get on the board? We'll find out. Sure hope so. We had another spectator join. I better close it. Oh my god. I think that's Flying Taco, so that's okay. So we'll go down to one spot. Okay. That should be fine. We had another spectator join, but I actually know who it is, so that's okay. So he can stay and watch as long as it doesn't lag. I haven't, Crisp, and that's kind of what I figured. If they're doing a 40k TV show, I kind of figured that it would take, like, to do the grand scale of 40k, like these massive, you know, Astartes battles and just these huge grand conflicts with space conflict. I don't think they would go that approach. I think they would do a more small story-driven one where it's like an Inquisitor, for example, hunting down, you know, lone heretics. I mean, to be able to make like the CG and kind of practical effects for like a single Chaos Lord or something isn't going to be as hard as like making a whole legion fighting, right? So it's going to be that style of thing. It'll be like, you know, maybe some Space Hulk action. Like they'll have some horror elements where they go into like Space Hulks and have to fight Gene Stealers, but then they're only doing a couple, right? It's not like some big scary like conflict. Hopefully you don't mind. No, I don't mind, man. You're good. I know who you are. I'm sure King of the Dead would come in with like 100 bombers and just try and wear them down with those. Yeah. Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, I know. I hope it's a brutal show. I really do. Yeah, as long as it doesn't lag. If it lags, then we'll have to tell him to leave, but otherwise I don't really care. Garland Green, thank you again for another donation. Jesus, man. You're coming in deep today. I was so excited about the Vampirates when they were announced, but once I tried them, I found that, you know, they can be really fun, Garland. You just got to play certain builds. I think using things like Queen Bess and using a lot of the monsters really does change the style of play. Yeah. So, yeah, we'll see. German, I believe I do have that in my replay folder, so hang tight, brother. Thank you so much, Garland, for the donations, man. All right, cool. So I'm good to go. We'll start when ready. I'm reading... So Lady Turin just got me the Go Trek and Felix the Next Omnibus, which has like Skaven or Vampire Slayer and a couple of those. So, Anna, I showed my shirt. I did. I did show it, and it was glorious. Yeah. It was right before this match, or the last match, so it was a little bit back. I put it on top of another shirt. It's like going to the beach and wearing t-shirts in the water. Well, I don't know what the YouTube policy is for that, for being shirtless. I feel like it's kind of like... I know on Twitch you can't get away with that. I don't think. I don't really know. I wouldn't want to do that anyways. I'll give this build a spin, says Zero. So Zero perhaps has some really off-meta build in store for us. We almost got to see his abs, but got censored just before. I know, Anna is top tier. Absolutely. She's the best. She'll be coming back to the States here in a couple weeks. I'm very excited for that. I've been going a little bit crazy here with the dogs, I must imagine. It's things have been you know, how they are. Hadres and Zero. Hadres down 3 games right now, man. It's been Zero's been putting on a clinic today for sure. So we're gonna see what happens. Raw Cauliflower says, actually, have you heard that demons are coming to Kill Team? Yeah, I have. So I don't use Plague Bearers. If I play Kill Team, I'll simply just use Death Guard. I'd probably just use because you can actually use elites now, I believe. So I would use like some Blightlord Terminators, Plague Marines, and Poxwalkers probably. It would probably just be like Terminators and Marines. So for Kill Team, I would probably just play like, I would have like a Blight Launcher, 2 Blight Launchers, probably like a guy with a flail, and then like, you know, just a Generalist and a couple Poxwalkers or something. I'm more of a fan of big 40k games because I feel like there's more tactical. Like I like the long form battles more. I might actually go play tonight, I'm not sure. Raw Cauliflower, thank you so much for the donation, though. Why am I ungrateful? I gave glowing reviews, all of it. Oh, man. Here we go, guys. Game 4 in this best of 7. Let's see what happens. It's time. Let me make sure I'm in the appropriate stream. Or scream, not stream. I just can't speak today. And it's showtime. No lag. It looks like the player's loading in quite well. All right, guys. So for the Force of Tomb Kings on the ropes. Oh, my God. Is this what I think it is? Oh, man. Zero is so on point with this today. Like, he knows that there's going to be, like... So the best way to beat Vampire Coast, in my opinion, with the Tomb Kings is to go very wide using like skeleton archers and things like that, and just kind of, you know, treat it like bows are just so good against Tomb Kings. However, Hadres coming in with a double Screaming Skull catapult build, a Bone Giant, 2 Shopti Great Bows. I mean, there is a chance with all this fire support that he could actually outduel the cannons. I mean, if they all focus down the artillery pieces for the Vampire Coast here, I mean, this is a pretty strong, you know, strong bow line. Plus a couple carrying as well. Carrying will fly, kind of some good disruption here. Maybe just tangle up Luther Harkin and do some work there. 2 groups of Nekar Horsemen. Front line's going to be Tomb Guard, Skeleton Warriors, and it looks like Ark in the Black here with Spirit Leech and Soulblight. So pretty good, you know, kit there on the Lord. But this game's really going to come down to it. Is this core of artillery, so the Boner Giant plus the 2 catapults plus the W Shopties, are they going to be able to kill the Carronades? If they can, I think he might be in okay shape. If not, it's pretty much going to be game blouses. And I think that Luther Harkin and these guys will clean up shop. So for the rest of the Vampire Coast, we got the deckhand mobs, halberds, standard stuff. 2 groups of basic gunnery mobs, which are probably going to be used against lightly armored, you know, skeletons and carrion and things like that. Triple Carronade in the back. Luther Harkin, a Vampire Caster as well. Invocation of Nehek and the Drowned Dead. And it looks like a couple of groups of Depth Guard here on the flanks. Depth Guard are always pretty good. I mean, they're able to beat Tomb Guard. They can just crump on the Tomb King's infantry, but it's really just going to come down to this bow exchange. Ark in the Black with Spirit Leech is going to be good as well. But yeah, I don't know. I'm a little bit concerned here, guys. Yeah. A little bit concerned. I live for a good reverse sweep, so here's hoping. Yeah. I know this. I mean, at least you guys are getting to see some underused units, right? The Screaming Skull catapults do have a niche against the undead. They do, of course, have magic damage. So against ghostly units, they can do that good work. But more importantly, they have Discourage. So whenever they hit something, it is going to tank the leadership of the very low. You know, you can see the Carronades have a base leadership of 30. So, I mean, if you can crumble them, it is going to be helpful. But yeah, it's just going to be a race against the clock. I mean, Luther Harkin is going to be super good against the Bone Giant as well. Like, what can kill Luther here? Like, basically the Bone Giant and the Ushaptis. Ark in the Black will get crumped by Luther as well. I'm a little bit concerned here for the Tomb Kings, but I would love to see this build work. Yeah, a little bit concerned here. Yes. And here we go. It's time. Let there be a reckoning. Good luck, have fun. I know it's going to be an artillery battle. I mean, I'm screaming meme catapults. They're known as a meme for a reason. And Carronades are, you know, not the most accurate of cannons, but they're a little bit more consistent. Ushapti Great Bows do have 255 range against the 450 of the cannons. So they're going to be able to, it's a pretty small map. So they're going to be able to close the distance pretty quick. And the Bone Giant has a massive HP pool of 9,400. So I think that targeting the Bone Giant might be a mistake because it'll take forever to kill it. But I don't know. Actually, I don't know. I would probably target the Boner Giant, to be honest. Or maybe the Ushapti Great Bows, because if you methodically put 3 cannons on Ushapti Great Bows, it'll kill them pretty quick. So Tomb Kings are going to advance, and what are the catapults going to target? It has to be the Carronades, I think. I mean, he could target gunnery mobs and different things like that, but I think he has to remove the cannons from the equation. Oh my god, these Ushapti are just being destroyed. Oh, that's so painful. Alright, are the Screaming Memes in range yet? It looks like their range is only 380. So the Ushapti are going to be going after Luther, which isn't a bad idea. I mean, you need to deal with him, but those cannons are just so nasty. And the Screaming Meme catapults are going to be shooting downtown. Bone Giant as well is going after the cannons in the back. And one shot puts it down to 15 leadership. I mean, I don't know. Why are the catapults not shooting yet? They need to be shooting. And the cannons looks like they're taking their sweet time. They haven't shot back yet. Here comes the second volley. And now you have the Screaming Meme catapult, which is going to be shooting into the Carronade, putting its leadership down to 14. So, I mean, any more focus fire there, and it might be enough. Luther Harkin's actually taking some damage, which is good. And Arkin the Black could, of course, drop a Spirit Leech. Nedakar Horsemen are going to be surging in to attack the front. The Tomb Guard have to get engaged as well. I mean, Luther's taking a lot of damage. That Bone Giant's doing pretty good. The Bone Giant, as far as HP, does have 3, well, pretty much full HP, yeah, but Luther's taking some work. Carrion are going to be swooping in as well. Nice attack there. Getting the Carrion on top of the cannons is going to be good. Probably won't kill them terribly quickly, but finishing off these Carronades is going to be pretty important here. And the Screaming Meme catapults are probably going to be able to crumble this. -10, it's pretty close in terms of leadership. Ushapti Great Bows, one group is pretty much fully dead. But Luther Harkin is at half health, which is good. The other group of Carrions should probably just come in and clean up this beat up Carronade. Oh man, that Bone Giant's getting in there. Nedakar Horseman getting a beautiful charge into the back. So far, Hadres is on a mission here. He's gotten into the back line. He's easily going to be able to clean up the guns. And once he cleans up these guns, he could probably outmaneuver these zombies and then push over here. Nice Spirit Leech coming down on Luther as well. And another Bone Giant shot is just crumping all over him. So far, Hadres is in pretty good shape. Although, if Arkin the Black does get caught by Luther, that could actually be game. That's like something that could lose him the game here. So he drops a Skeleton Summon, and now he needs to run. He's got to run for his life here. And the Bone Giant coming in, missing. Oh, man. Arkin the Black. Luther is such a good assassin. And Arkin needs to get away here. The Skeleton Summon has been dropped, and it looks like Drowned Dead has been dropped in response here. And it looks like the Carronade here is going to be crumbling most likely. It's a -26. These Nedakar Horsemen on a little bit of a wide adventure here, but oh, okay. Arkin the Black might get away. Liber Mortis has been dropped. He needs to drop some really sick jukes right here. Yeah, just pull him back to the Horsemen and use the Horsemen to kind of screen a little bit. And here comes the Horseman. If Arkin dies, I think it's over. But if Arkin can live, I think that there's a really, really good chance for the Tomb Kings. So Arkin is going to get away here. The Nedakar Horsemen have pretty good mass, so they're going to pin him in. Power Siphon going down as well. Luther continuing to snipe here. But now there's Ushapti Great Bows and a Bone Giant shooting. So there's certainly some good things going on here. The other Nedakar Horseman in the back, a little bit of a delayed engagement here. But this one Carronade is offline. It's going to be going down here. So really the only thing that's going very bad for the Tomb Kings is the fact that Arkin the Black is so beat up. But if he keeps Spirit Leeching, Luther here, and Luther keeps taking shots from the Bone Giant, that could be enough to maybe get him the game. It's going to be really close. Skeleton Warriors in the meantime collapsing on the flank. Oh man, if Hadres sees this and gets these Nedakar Horsemen and sweeps up and around and just clears all the cannons, that would be really nice. So one cannon's offline. The Screaming Meme catapults are actually one of the few things that are going quite well for the Tomb Kings here in this battle. The Boner Giant in the meantime getting a nice shot. Oh man, Luther just barely dodged that. So Luther needs to fall back and hide now and just kind of play very defensively. Nedakar Horsemen should be able to clean those guys up. And in the meantime, we do have a Tomb Guard pushing through. Some Crabs are going to be rushing in to intercept those guys, and a very good block here with the Depth Guard. But these Nedakar Horsemen need to sweep up and around. The guns have been dealt with for the most part. And yeah, it's really going to come down to the Bone Giant play. Ushapti Summon to the back is going to be finishing off this other Carronade. So a nice Ushapti Summon coming down here for the Tomb Kings. And the Carronade is in a little bit of trouble. It's going to be crumbling very quickly. So far, I mean, Arkin needs to be careful. Oh man, he's really low. 207 HP. He does get a Spirit Leech off, but at what cost? It looks like he took a 43, 32, -19, 21, 10, and it looks like he's done for. So Arkin the Black has fallen, but the bounce power is pretty even, and there's still a fat, angry Bone Giant. And if all the Carronades are dealt with, that's going to be a very big game changer here. So this one Carronade is dealt with. Looks like Tomb Guard back here will kill that one as well. Nedakar Horsemen need to pull back, and yeah, it's really just going to become, yeah, he needs to just fall back right now on top of his catapults and just play that type of a game and just keep trying to snipe Luther Harkin with the Ushapti Great Bows. Now that there's no cannons left, the Tomb Kings do have relative impunity in terms of battlefield control. So very, very close battle. Very, very close battle. I mean, they're doing okay. The Screaming Meme catapult certainly not doing terribly. And if Luther dies, I mean, that could be a pretty even game, I think. But the Screaming Skull catapults are going to run out of ammunition, and the Depth Guard are in good shape. Tomb Guard and Skeleton Warriors are, on the hunt here. But a good, good attempt here. I don't know if it's going to be enough. I think Luther stabilizing is just tricky business. And the catapults are shooting against Depth Guard. The Nedakar Horsemen are going to be falling back, and the Bone Giant is proficient melee. It probably could beat a single group of Rotting Prometheans, but not if it's surrounded by like Depth Guard and like all this other stuff as well. And he's pretty much just on, you know, desperation mode here, just trying to snipe out Luther with the last of his Ushabti here. It's unfortunate. The engagements with Arkan, I think, are what cost him the game, because if Arkan were alive right now and cackling, it could be a very, very different situation. So right here, you can see the Depth Guard are going to be getting hunted by Nekar Horsemen. And getting a nice rear charge there. Puts them down to 19 leadership if they can pull back and do their thing. But the crabs coming in are going to be tough as well. And yeah, I mean, Vampire Coast really doesn't have a lot left in the way of, you know, actual meat. But Luther Harkin is in pretty good shape as well. The triple carronades are something that you see quite often here. But that's why you go wide with skeletons. It can really catch people off guard. Yeah, it really can. That pistol shot from Luther, it's really strong. You can't really run from him terribly easily. Now, Nekar Horsemen are going to be sweeping into here. And it looks like the Screaming Beam Catapults are going to be shooting into these Depth Guard. Getting that sweet, sweet work in. So here it comes. Here comes the shots. Are they going to break them? Negative 27. Invocation of Nehek is going to be going down here. But I just don't see the Boner Giant. You know, but I really, you know, something that I really liked about this build was Hadres, like his missile on the back actually worked pretty well. Like, it was good. It seemed to deal with the artillery from the Vampire Coast relatively effectively. Like, the Bone Giant plus the catapults, I really like that. And that's something that I may take with me into future builds. Oh my god, look how long it takes this Bone Giant to disintegrate because it has so much HP. Alright, oh my god, here we go. Here we go again. Alright, the Bone Giant hath fallen. He's going to club a couple crabs before he goes out. And that's it. That was a good game. That was a really solid game for sure. So guys, that's going to be it for the best of 7. A very decisive sweep by Zero. This man is on a mission. He came in and you know, he claimed it 4-0. So now guys, due to the length of the stream, we're gonna have a little bit of fun. All right. So GG. So best of 7 is over for now. We can have. Wasn't expecting Boshopti to go down so fast. Yeah, they got crumped pretty hard for sure. So for now, we will have others come. All right, so guys, I think what we'll do at this point is we will have folks from the tournament community come in and challenge him. So yeah, we're gonna have folks step in and challenge Zero, and we're gonna see if he can continue his streak. We'll probably play a little bit longer, and maybe I'll close out the stream with a battle of my own. Oh, okay, that's good to know, Mads. All right, so stand by. Hadri says, I'm boiling over in New York right now, so at least it's distracted. So at least it distracted from the heat. Oh, that's rough. All right, so I'm going to open up a slot here in just a second. One second, I'm just getting some players ready. All right, so it's going to be, looks like Flying Taco is going to be in. Open slot. GG's, man. So Zero is going to be the winner of the best of 7 for today. And now we're going to get Flying Taco in here. Who wants a piece of this? So let me invite him. I don't know. I think he's playing under a different name right now. There's so many ridiculous names here. All right, here we go. It's time. Challenging the champion. All right, so now we'll have a. You two want to do best of 5? I mean, we could just do a best of 5. Oh, never mind. Actually, we have a couple people. Never mind. Let's see. Let me see how many other people wanted to get in. We'll do King of the Hill. All right. So we'll do an hour of King of the Hill until we get to that 2-hour mark. So I'm going to update the scorecards here, so hold on a sec. All right, so current leader is going to be 0. And 0 has 0. So we're switching to a King of the Hill overlay. It's kind of a fun multiplayer day, you know? All right. And we're going to be on Doomgate. Don't worry, I won't make you guys endure terrible Dark Elf maps. We'll do regular Altdorf. All right, guys, so now we're on a King of the Hill stream. Crumble Schnitzel, you just got to say something in the... You're in the Discord. I see you in there. You just got to say something. All right, so we have Flying Taco and then Shetland Apache up next. And we have Norska versus Lizardman. Oh. So King of the Hill is just a single ban, and basically how it works is the player who remains the king, so currently it's 0, we're just going to kind of start with him, they do a pick and ban. And then the person joining gets the counter pick, because the king should be at a disadvantage, you know. Some play all Eshin Skaven with Trazales. Alright, so it looks like Flying Taco's ready. AKA Long, Tan, and Handsome, as his name is now. It's actually pretty nice here in California today. It's pleasant weather. Oh, man. That's pretty good, Crappo. Long, Tan, and Taco. Oh, man. So Wicked, if you could drop a link to the Discord below, that would be helpful. Okay, so Taco, Shetland, and then Schnitzel, as of now, for our King of the Hill. I got you on the list, dude. Yeah, the link was posted earlier. Yeah, absolutely. So Altdorf, this isn't the classic, the more popular map is Altdorf Outskirts, but this one's pretty good as well. I mean, I think it's relatively fair. I can't quite remember, but against Lizardmen and Norska, it's not going to matter too much. Like, neither of them are going to be like camping on a hill somewhere. I don't watch NBA really. I'm a huge fan of MMA, so mixed martial arts. That's my jam. I love watching that. And another thing I'm a huge fan of is professional arm wrestling. I love watching WAL and all that. Oh my god, it's so fun. Yeah, something. That is true if you're talking in a historical sense. But in terms of King of the Hill for this, it's cool to have like new people on the hill. So the king, you know, to truly be a king has to fight through some adversity, right? It's a SpongeBob reference. All right. I can't remember. Oh no, it's a bugged map. God damn it. Oh well. So Altdorf is a bugged map. I guess I haven't used it in so long. God damn it. How could this not be fixed? Oh, that's so obnoxious. That's so obnoxious. Oh my god, okay. Okay. Bugged Altdorf. We can restart if they want, but I think it should be fine. I mean... Okay. So we'll just stay here, I guess. God damn it. Chess boxing. I don't know if I've seen that, no. We were on Altdorf, and it just teleported us here, and he says, I'll roll with it. This might be a little bit rough for factions. I mean, I guess it just forces it into a more of a pit fight. Granted, there is room for flanking maneuvers, but for the most part, it's a little bit more of a grindy map. So, that's pretty obnoxious. Wretched thing. Oh man, it's pretty hard to pull against Rafael dos Anjos. He's pretty beastly, but for the Marauder, yeah, I'd probably go with Rafael. Although he has been taking some rough losses lately. Yeah. So Marauders and Berserkers in the front line, a couple champions as well. Berserkers should do fine against Saurus and like things of that kind. Will struggle against Temple Guard armor, but for the most part, Berserker pick can be okay, especially with some magic support. In the secondary line here for Flying Taco, he's got Marauder Hunters with Javelins. A very good choice against big dinos, against a multitude of targets. Again, they lack the AP, but their bonus versus large and Arc of Fire, in my opinion, makes them a better choice than the throwing axes. He does have Wolfric on the Mammoth as well, looking to go Fisticuffs. In the back, he's got Skin Wolves, a Frostworm. Does he not have a caster? Oh, I was going to be like, please don't do that to me. So he does also have a caster, and the caster is going to have Plague of Rust to synergize with the Javelins and the Berserkers. Again, if the Berserkers are fighting Temple Guard and you Plague of Rust them, it'll put them down to like an extremely low amount of armor, at which point the Berserkers just value train them. And Glittering Robe. So nice little kit here, like the Norscan army. It's quite good. And here we do have Saurus Warriors with shields, Saurus in the front. They'll do okay. I mean, it's a pretty bloody affair against Berserkers. We have a Saurus Scarvet on foot. Big old thick Mazda Mundi atop his Mighty Beast, and a couple skink cohorts of Javelins in the back. Coldland Spear Riders, and it looks like Salamander hunting packs as well. A nice army for sure, and it's going to be a fisticuffs battle here in the river. Oh yes. What is it? So there's certain maps that if you pick them in multiplayer, it teleports you to this map for some reason. It's really dumb. I have no idea how that just like never gets fixed. It's, oh my god. It happens though, whatever. I mean, yeah. No, I mean, it's kind of a running joke at this point. Although there's most people know them, but I did not know Altorf was one of them. I know that like Ekrund was the classic one for the longest time. Then you just get this miserable ass like map with like a water choke here, which is so funny. Oh my god. All right, so the crew's coming. Marauders are circumventing the formation. Going to be coming up and around. Yeah, the lizards, yeah, the cold blood here probably isn't suiting them. They probably would prefer to be basking on a warm rock somewhere. But Mazda Mundi, as far as the spells go, he has Nets of Amnitok. Curse of the Midnight Wind is going to be super good here. And both players are like, you know what? Screw this river shit. Let's kind of play the forest a little bit. So they could. Let's see what they're saying. Ready as well. Okay, they're just saying ready. Both players, of course, being great sports. In this heat, I'm actually jealous, says Garland. Dude, I hear you, man. I would actually appreciate some cold. And normally I hate it. But, you know. I would appreciate that as well. So Dino's taking a very defensive posture. They do have the ranged advantage with the Salamander. So what I probably foresee Zero doing is just scooting up the Salamanders and taking some pot shots at the Mammoth. Or the Dragon. I mean, the Dragon is, you know, the Frostworm's actually weak to fire. Salamanders potentially could be a very good counter against it if they can get some really good square firepower. We'll find out here in a second. But anyways, the Norskins are going to be advancing. It is time. I know, this is a pretty ridiculous map, but it actually is fun sometimes because you get really cool like battles in the river. Oh, man. Look at the Salamander damage coming down on the Frostworm. Really, really good targeting there from Zero. Able to get those good shots. Frostworms take additional damage. Oh, and the Skinks poking as well with the cohorts. Oh, that is really nice. So, you know, Zero's one of the few people I've seen in quite some time who really uses Salamanders in a multitude of matchups. So we saw him earlier against Greenskins. We see him against Norska. Against Norska, they're pretty good against Skin Wolves and the Frostworm and a multitude of other targets. So I like that he just has one. It's not that hard to protect one Salamander here. So that is great in my opinion. So Salamanders are going to be throwing up on Wolfric. He's going to be taking some fat loads to the face, which is not fun for him. Probably doesn't happen terribly often. And he's going to be charging in, which is a little bit aggressive. There is a Saurus Scar veteran here who is an anti-large specialist. So, but Wolfric gives no shits. He's going to be charging in. As long as he can keep microing away from the Scarvet and just kind of keep pushing around, that could be pretty good. The rest of the Norscan forces are pressuring now. And Wolfric is, he's going to need to turn and get away now. Yeah, he needs to run back. I mean, I don't know if that charge was worth it. He took a lot of damage from that Scarvet, actually. Fight or die has been popped. Berserkers are winning the fight against the Saurus here. But now Javelin support is coming in. Coldland Spear Riders are charging. Oh, yeah, he needs to get away. I mean, if Flying Taco lets his big Mammoth get trapped up here by all these lizards, that's going to be an incredibly tough situation. Glittering Robe popped as well, giving Wolfric 130 armor, so he's pretty meaty now. But you can see here, the thing that is going well for Norska is the front line and the Saurus are crumbling. I mean, they're, at least in this area, the Berserkers are pushing through, so now they're going to be able to come in and lend their support. But Wolfric can't heal. He's going to need to be careful. Apotheosis is available for the Dinos, so they're certainly going to be able to heal. But this could be really good. Javelins, oh man, look at that beautiful play. Hunter of Champions plus Plague of Rust. Mazda Mundi now only has 50 armor. I mean, that's minus 90 armor. So Mazda Mundi is a big, squishy, thick boy right now. Oh my god, look at Mazda Mundi get melted by that Javelin play. Outstanding targeting there from Flying Taco. That was excellent, excellent stuff. So Marauder Hunter is able to get Mazda Mundi almost like dead instantly. That was amazing. In the meantime, the Frostworm is able to help out on the flanks. Where are the Salamanders? Salamanders a little bit obstructed, but they are shooting at Wolfric, which I suppose isn't bad. Coldland Spear Riders are going to be jumping back in, and Flying Taco's targeting there was quite impressive. However, I think his Royal Thickness is in trouble. That Plague of Rust lasts forever. I mean, putting Mazda Mundi down to 50 armor is really, really good. There's a couple Berserkers coming around the flanks. Looks like actually just standard Marauders, and they're going to be kind of pressuring into the back of the Skinks and chasing these Salamanders. Mazda Mundi is actually broken, so what I would do if I were Flying Taco right now is actually grab that Frostworm and maybe chase him down. Just go after Mazda Mundi, butter that bread, and see what happens. Great play right there. That was some really good targeting. However, in the front line, Wulfric is quite beat up as well. Dinos are still fighting. The Berserkers are still going strong. These guys racking up 62 kills against Saurus, which isn't bad. Saurus Scarvet is still available for 0, so he still does have his big kind of anti-large linchpin there in the center. And in the back, the Frostworm is going to be hunting the soul of Mazda-Mundi. So Mazda-Mundi, his Royal Thickness, is going to be getting chased off the battlefield. That's going to be a really nice pick there. Man, that Hunter of Champions plus Plague of Rust combo was really badass. I mean, getting Mazda-Mundi that low was just so cool. I mean, he has like hundreds, just massive armor pool. So here he's going to be getting chased off. And that is going to be all she wrote for him. In the meantime, Wulfric and company are going to be surging forward into the back line. Salamander hunting packs are going to be taking some pot shots in the face, or giving some pot shots in the face to Wulfric. And it looks like Norska is in pretty good shape, to be honest. They're kind of cleaning up the dinos. So Long Tan and Handsome, Flying Taco may be taking this game here. We're going to see. Saurus Scarvet still could potentially take down Wulfric. I just don't see a lot of punch left for the dinos elsewhere. And it looks like Flying Taco is going to unseat the champion of today's best of 7, which we're now in a King of the Hill. So, you know, times are changing. Times are changing. What a wild world we live in. But man, that synergy with Wulfric was incredibly badass, and it worked very well. So well played to the Taco Man. So let's update the scoreboard. I'm just going to put Taco for now. Taco. And here we go. Boom. And Taco. Cool. There we have it. Well played there. Wulfric gave no... The last thing Zero says before he leaves is Wulfric gave no shits. Oh my god. Alright. Alright, so we have Shetland Apache. King. Alright, so now we have Shetland Apache. Let me go ahead and throw him an invite. The man, the myth, the legend. I'm going to put them on Varg Camp again, just as punishment. For no reason. Alright, so where are you at, Shetland? Okay, he's playing under his actual name for once, which is nice. Well, he always plays under it, but I'm saying he is actually doing that. Shetland, I sent you the password as well. And we shall be on the Troll Country. Wulfric did really good, man. That Wulfric build was really badass. It was really good. Salamander is powered by propane, perhaps. And propane accessories, mind you. The great words of Hank Hill. Alright, we're good. Thank you guys so much for joining today. Well played to Zero, guys. Let's hear a round of applause for him. He won 4 games in a row earlier against Hadres and was just dethroned there by the Taco. But man, he did really good today. He had some really tight games. So, all right. So we're waiting for Shetland Apache to join. I sent him the password, and he's in. So Troll Country. Taco, pick, and ban. Let's see what happens. Hank Hill is the best. What's up, dude? Oh, it seems like... oh, I thought he was just really excited to see Shetland Apache, but then he's like, oh, caps lock. You know, that kind of like took away from the brotherhood that I was really feeling between those two. Somebody says Hammer, and then Misha appears. The guardian of the stream. The slayer of the Slanesh bots. You know, we've actually been pretty lucky. We haven't seen too many Slanesh bots. Dude, Zero, you played great today, man. Your games were just on point. And Zero, on that note, I'd love to have you back for another best of 7 here in the next week at some point if you can, if you're interested. Yeah, we'll have them. We'll do it more often. It's really fun. I love streaming. Streaming's one of my favorite things. So I recorded like 5 videos yesterday, so we're all set on that. And Garland Green says 200 likes and almost 600 viewers. We can do better. Garland, thank you for the 100 SEK. Jesus, dude. So 100 SEK to US dollars, I think it's like $30 or something. Or it's $10, yeah. Thank you so much, man. That's really generous of you. Appreciate you supporting the stream and hyping up the people. Subs for the sub throne. It's a combination of both, Rado. People play under different names, sometimes on ladder. Like, because certain people have like designated play styles. So when you play under an alternate name, like people don't know what to expect from you. It kind of like gives you that element of surprise. Also, it's just sometimes if you just don't want people like you know, I guess. I don't know. I can't really. I do it just mostly as a meme. Yeah. The Slanesh bots. Anna. Don't call the hose out of the wood, says Anna. Oh, yeah, the Slanesh bots, God, they need to be smited. And now we have the tag team of the gods. We have Lady Turin and Misha just standing back to back against the tide of foul chaos heretics. I love it. I can actually envision that too. You two just like being like a demon hunting duo. Yeah. That'd be really badass. Yeah, Nurglebots would just link you to like disgusting pictures. So in this matchup, we have Shetland playing Dwarves against Beastmen. Shetland says, I know this is dumb, but Dowie. I like the boldness, says Flying Taco. That is indeed a bold strategy, Cotton. So Jonathan Isart says, hi, Turin, been watching for years. I'm headed to Vegas for a party. Well, have fun, man. And thanks for sticking around, hanging around the channel. I know a lot of people come and go. Obviously, you get bored of watching games, but I do appreciate everyone sticking around. Yes, yes. I'm a heretic, I guess, myself. I love playing Chaos. Chaos is really fun to play in tabletop. Chapter with the 200 SEK. Love your content, man. Keep up the great work. Dude, thank you, man. With you and your... Is that... I don't know if I saw your message earlier, but I think that is a Velociraptor on your top hat. But thank you so much, man, for the support. Yeah, man. The Swedish are coming in hard today. I'm 31 years old. So Zachary, it was originally a best of 7, which we finished. Zach, and now we're doing just King of the Hill to kind of finish out the last hour because I like my streams to always be at least 2 hours. So we're just having fun doing King of the Hill, showing off some builds and doing it to it. The Swedes are going in hard today, I must say. And you know, Lady Turin actually speaks Swedish. So if you guys want to converse with her in chat, she is extremely talented in a multitude of languages, intelligent, beautiful, all the works. She speaks a bunch of languages. Yeah, 0-1 the King of the Hill, but now we've switched to, or 0-1 the best of 7, and now we're switching to King of the Hill format. It's heresy. I'd love to play in my own best of 7s. That would be something fun to do. Maybe I'll try one out in the next week. Like, I'll stream and play my own, but it is a little bit tricky to play super competitively when you're casting as well. I can do it, but it's a little bit tough. Hey, no stress, Garland. No stress, dude. Tis a proud age. Coming in with the holy sec. Oh, Anna, don't be so modest. Anna and I were at a pizza joint in Los Angeles. Anna, did that Swedish woman think you were, did she, I can't remember who started the conversation, but yeah, she just started talking to the Swedish lady in there. Yeah, that was awesome. All right, guys, the battle's underway for the Beastmen, a matchup which historically has pretty much always favored the Beastmen. But Shelland Apache, a very good player, he always brings wild builds. He likes to experiment, try out different things, and you can see the Beastmen, it's going to be somewhat typical. Harpies to harass the gun line, Bestigors to punch through, and Chariots to just hit hard. It's the staples of what's really good against Dwarves. But on top of that, you can see Long Chan and Handsome is going to be doing a Vanguard deployment. So he's got Ungors like all around the map. And who is his lord? It looks like for his lord, it's going to be Morker the Pimpclaw, who, gets in there and does work. He's good. He is really good. King of the Dead is not Swedish. I don't think he is. But maybe he uses... I think he's using Google Translate. Yeah, she just asked if you were Swedish. Yeah, that's right. I was trying to remember how that conversation started. And Kalle Nale, let's get you in on some of these best of 7s, man. Hell yeah. So here we have Miners with blasting charges here in the front. Going to be a nice little screen. Chariot bait for sure. In the secondary line, though, this is the real wild part of this build. If you guys came for interesting and strange builds, we have Iron Drakes with the flamethrowers against Beastmen. I don't know what they're going to do against the 100 armor of Gorby's chariots or the mobility, but you know what? Shelland Apache, if he goes out this game, he's going to go out like an absolute man. He does also have Thunders in the back, a ton of Thunders who are going to open up on the Harpies right away, getting some value, but I just don't know how Shetland's going to stop this chariot onslaught. On top of that, he does have some slayers mixed in with a Thane over there. And the first volleys of the Iron Drakes just unleashing their torrents of fire in the skies. These Harpies are being spit roasted by the Iron Drakes, which is a very cool sight. And I must say, Shetland's build is certainly having some Alpha Strike potential, doing some really good work, but it's all fun and games until the chariots hit your lines. So the first chariots are going to be coming in, taking some flamethrowers to the face. Quite a cool... That would totally roast those pigs. Like, realistically, those Baconators would just be done for. But they're going to keep charging into the back line. The crossfire from the Dwarves is going to have to be pretty strong. And miners plus blasting charges. And the firepower here is doing a little bit of work. But, oh man, this is a really cool looking build. Like, it looks really, really cool. So a lot of the firepower is coming in. And the chariots here do get slapped with the Rune of Wrath and Ruin. And the Thunders are going to be shooting in. Oh man, but that flank coming in from the Ungors is going to be really gross. If Shetland can really just hammer these Razorgore chariots before the Ungors get there, maybe he'll be in okay shape. So in the meantime, the flamethrowers are still in line, still shooting in there and doing some good work against the Bestigors, actually. Harpies are going to be swinging in and shutting down the Iron Drakes temporarily, so there needs to be some sort of appeal here. But one group of chariots is offline. On the other side, you can see there's some nice Thunder Overwatch fire coming in, but they need to finish off this Razorgore chariot. The Razorgore Goon Squad is... chariots are just so nasty against Dwarves, but Shetland's build is holding firm. The Beastmen are going to be dropping their Chaos Spawn Summon here as Harpies do surge into the back line, but this is where things can often fall apart for the Dwarves. The flank is finally collapsing. There's a lot of pressure everywhere, and... I don't know. I just don't think he's going to be able to peel all this stuff back here. The Iron Drakes are all like compromised now, and they've looked really cool, but I don't know if they've gotten their value. I mean, I guess they roasted some Harpies, which was good. These Ungor herds are going to be able to peel away and just kind of outmaneuver the Dwarves in every area. Some Thunders are still shooting, but Bestigors are coming in. It looks like Shetland does have some Warriors of Dragonfire pass, as well as the some more Slayers over here. So if they can come and peel these Chaos Spawn, and then Shetland can form a new kind of battle line over here, maybe. But look at this. The Iron Drakes everywhere just being roasted. I mean, run over, not roasted. You guys get the picture. And I just don't know. A nice little explosion Vile Tide is going to be going down there on the Dwarves. Iron Drakes are still shooting in, and I have to say the Iron Drakes did lend some nice support against Bestigors in the front line, but still not optimal. And you can see the Dwarven battle lines now are just being compromised. They're just being run over. I just don't think the Dwarves are going to be able to kind of deal with all this. Some nice flamethrower action going down here on the Chaos Spawn, which will be disappearing relatively shortly. Has about 15 seconds left. And there's just a big, ugly Beastman Zerg. So there's going to be a Thane moving in. Warriors with Dragonfire Pass plus these other troops maybe could form a bit of a last stand. But with Bestigors in the back line, just hammering on these Thunders, that is a really unfortunate situation. Shetland does have them in guard mode, and he's going to be trying to pull back. But the Beastmen, you know, they have hooves. They're faster than Dwarves. 41 speed against 28 on those Dwarf Warriors there. Is Shetland going to be able to restabilize his gun line? I don't think so. He has a couple troops on the other side of the battlefield still fighting. Namely a Runesmith and it looks like a Rune Lord, but they're like really out of position. They need to be over here like helping this fight, because his Dwarven pocket, though strong, is getting blasted with magic, run over by chariots, and Morkar the Pimpclaw is in a pretty happy little environment here. So I don't know how this is going to go, and I think that's got to be it for the Dwarves. I mean, going with triple Iron Drakes is a really bold strategy, Cotton, especially against a Beastman rush. It's already very hard to protect just that, but having to protect that plus Thunders from like Beastman Hounds and chariots and things like that is just it's just brutal. So. See what the players say. He says, let's do it. He's very excited here. So Shetland showing us a pretty cool build for sure. And initially, he had some really good Alpha Strike. He punched off a chariot. He killed the Harpies very quickly. But I don't know. He does have Slayers. Warriors with Dragonfire Pass are quite strong themselves. The Thane is in an eternal duel here with Morkar the Shadowgave. A nice Rune of Wrath and Ruin. The Master going down to these beat up Bestigors might be able to finish those guys off. And you can see they're going to be making their way back towards the main fight now. Balance of Power, though, is ebbing pretty heavily into the favor of the Beastmen as they are able to clean up a lot of the Dwarven reserves. The Dawi tried, but it's already a terrible matchup for the Dwarves, and he brought what is essentially a meme build against a very good player. Flying Taco is very skilled, so it's going to be it. I think that's going to be all she wrote. Visually satisfying regardless of its effectiveness. I agree. That was a really fun build to watch. Shetland's always been a hero of the people. And, he's good enough to sometimes make these builds work, even in a hard counter matchup. But in this case, Flying Taco brought a very efficient build and was able to just butter that Dwarven bread. Beastmen are pretty strong, actually. I think there are some things Beastmen could use a buff on, but I think Beastmen can be a pretty competitive faction. They did get some nerfs, for sure. But yeah, I don't know. I think they're pretty good. So currently, Flying Taco is now our leader on the King of the Hill, and we're going to be moving on to our next match here. So the triple Iron Drake build, I mean, that is so much to protect. I mean, and you're putting like miners up against Bestigors and chariots. It's going to be tricky, but, he tried so hard, but in the end, it didn't even matter. Very well played to Shetland, a true man, coming in with the triple Iron Drake build, trying to make it work, and it was good. The Fire Coup did really badly versus Morkar, he's saying? Okay. Yeah, I suppose so. So Taco is going to be our leader for now. And is he going to maintain the throne until the 2-hour mark? We'll find out. So next on our order of operations, we have the Schnitzel. So Schnitzel, you're up. He says, good luck, my liege. And we're going to be on... let's do the Essence of Chaos. We'll do fast maps just so we can potentially get more players. I don't know if Crumbled Schnitzel is on my friends list. Or I don't know if that's the name he's going under. But if you are, the password's in the Discord. And we'll get you in here, my dude. If he's AFK, we'll move on to the next one. Do drop a like if you guys are here. It does help out quite a bit. And also, I just noticed we had another donation I missed. My apologies for that. I was in the heat of casting. Jonathan Anderson says, the Swedish just overrun the Swedish form. Thank you, man. You guys are going hard in the paint today. Thank you so much, guys. Holy shit. The Schnitzel's coming in. Beware of the crumbled Schnitzel. And we're going to be on... he's going Bretonia and banning Skaven. Oh, Schnitzel had Skaven selected. Oh, the horror. Schnitz pick. Hopefully that's not something. So Gojir, the best of 7 was won by 0. He did a really good job, man. He was a man on a mission today. Hadres put up a good fight for sure, and especially in his last game. But it was we got to see some really cool builds too. The Screaming Skull catapults were really cool. I mean, there was all kinds of neat stuff. You are, Garland. You are, brother. So, a good counterpicker from Schnitzel. Tomb Kings historically have had an advantage against Bretonians, but Flying Taco is one of the better Bretonian players I've come up against recently. So, we're certainly in for a treat. So, start when ready. And after this stream, I'm going to walk down to my local market and buy like 3 bags of pierogi and just feast. I found out they sell this like Polish-inspired pierogi. It's not as good as what it's like in Poland, obviously, but it's very good. So I'm going to cook that up. So next we have, so King of the Dead is up next. And then after King, maybe I'll join after King. Yeah, that could be fun. Fun way to wrap up the stream. I'll just do like a game. We'll see what happens. So I just looked down, Anna, and I see that you're saying he's also bald and unmarried. Are you talking about Italian Spartacus? I'm just guessing. I'm just guessing. Stampot? I don't know what that is. What is that? Maybe I do know what it is, but I just don't know the pronunciation. Well, Skaven are pretty... I think Skaven have some good applications against Bretonia for sure. But Bretonia can do it. I mean, Peasant Archers can really take down like Rat Ogres and Hellpits and stuff. Hey, 17 Squid. First time catching your streams. Welcome, dude. Well, today's a very casual stream. We're just having fun and hanging out on a Friday night. So yeah. Flying Dutchman says he tried to make pierogi once. Tasted nice enough, but I had to spend an hour cleaning my kitchen. Well, this is like pre-made. You just have to like fry it in a pan, basically. Or boil it if you want to. I prefer to pan fry it so it gets that like golden kind of crispiness about it. God, it's so good. That's true, Anna. That's very true. We don't. Yeah, Zach. Zach, you just have to message me on Discord. Let me find you. So Zach, you can actually be after King. So let's get you on the. Yep, I have 2 Discords. One is for a community, and one's just for like people who are tournament players. It's welcome to anyone, of course, but you just need to have some tournament experience. So so the matches are like even on stream and things like that. So Zach, we'll get you. Yes, so. Cool. I love Polish food so much. It's like everything I want. It's so good. Like, so when I lived in Poland for a couple months, Anna and I had a lovely cabin in the forest, and it was romantic. It was awesome. And there was also, so Anna's father, who's an incredible badass, he would buy kielbasa for me. So he would have the kielbasa because they lived close by. We would like walk over, and I would get kielbasa and this like freshly baked like bread, and oh god, it was so good. I used to just love like laying on bed just with like a bloated potbelly from eating too much and just feasting on kielbasa and bread. Like, just cutting it up into, like, little slices, just putting it on bread and just laying there. God, it was so good. Yeah. Yes. Life was good. A lot of Dutch in here, huh? Well, you know, the Dutch have a lot of good fighters, actually, in the MMA world, plus kickboxing, for sure. All right, guys, so we're here. Currently, our leader in the King of the Hill is going to be the Flying Taco, coming in with Bretonnia, one of his main factions. And he's facing off against Tomb Kings here, so we're going to see how that goes. So as far as his composition, he's got King Lewin up in the skies. He's got a bunch of men-at-arms and spearmen, Beastslayers of Ashstone to the back, Holy Wardens, and a bunch of Questing Knights. Now, Questing Knights and Knights of the Realm, pretty good little synergy there, especially if he has a Heavens Caster, because he can melt the armor using Curse of the Midnight Wind, and therefore taking down bigger constructs. So a nice build here. He does also have a Paladin on horseback, another anti-large tool. Now for the forces here of the Schnitzel, he's got a little skirmishing corps of skeleton horsemen archers. Front line's going to be spearmen. Good against Cav, can't complain. Ushabti Grapos, a Tomb Prince, Big Papa Setra with the Lore of Nehekara, a couple halberds in the back, and Sneaky Snakes. Now over here we have our first Cav fight. I'm not sure what these Nehekara horsemen are doing. They do pop the Djaf's incantation of the Cursed Blades. Getting an engagement, maybe he's just doing that to halt the advance of the Knights. I don't know why he would have taken that engagement otherwise, unless it was a mistake. But he charges in, he does take out a couple, some HP off the companions, but I think he's just trying to hold these guys in place so his Ushabti Grapos can really tee off on them. So I see the reason to that, but I don't think it paid off. On the other side, you can see the Knights of the Realm and Company are going to be flanking. Halberds are going to be setting up a screen, so really nice rotation there from the Schnitzel. He's able to get his halberds in place and brace them in time for the charge. And now he has the Tomb Prince. Oh, these are actually the Eyes of the Desert, so these sepulchral stalkers are going to be dropping some fire, but man, that was a really good halberd shift there by Schnitzel. But nonetheless, are they going to be able to hold this? It's hard to say. It looks like the Sword of Corone is going to be going down. Narrow's Incantation as well, but Curse of the Midnight Wind, so a ton of debuffs here, but Setra's coming in with the Steel Chair. Oh, Setra gets a nice blow right there. But in the front line, it's mostly skeleton spears, so the Bretonnian men-at-arms and Beastslayers and all those other troops will eventually break through. And over here you can see that Flying Taco's Cav forces, so these Knights of the Realm and the Companions have won that fight handily. But if he forgets about them, they need to get in there and press, because this fight over here is very, very, cataclysmic. So right here you can see King Lewin is going to be popping his Lion Shield plus the Harmonic Convergence. He's going to, be trying to hold this fight. Questing Knights are very good against Bretonnian or against Tomb King constructs, but there's a Tomb Prince here, there's Setra. I think that this is probably a lost battle here for the Bretonnians, but a very fast and furious one. And I don't mean the battle overall, I just mean this engagement right here. In the back, Ushabti Grapos are teeing off into the Beastslayers of Ashstone, but there's going to be a massive influx of Bretonnian Cav coming in. There are some halberds in reserve, but the Bretonnians should be able to outmaneuver those guys relatively efficiently. But look at that, the Sepulchral Stalkers are a dual-purpose anti-large ranged unit. They're actually able to melt those Questing Knights in melee combat, and the Paladin here is a little bit surrounded. I mean, he might be able to actually goon the Paladin out if he wants to, but I would probably just ignore him for now. So Setra's in the Duel of Duels. He does have the Incantation of Cursed Blades, plus the Narrow's Incantation of Protection, and he's going to be dueling King Lewin. Now, normally this is it's going to be a fierce fight, especially with all the buffs on Setra, and you can see Setra's rapidly pulling this fight back. But on that same note, Schnitzel's Setra is a little bit overextended here, and the Knights of the Realm are going to be collapsing inward. However, Setra does have some halberds nearby and a new Ushabti summon, so this is really turning out to be a very, very good fierce cockfight right here. In the meantime, Carrion are going to be doing a nice downhill swing, going after King Lewin and company, just trying to pin him in place and allow the Tomb King's reinforcements to come in. And the Ushabti summon plus the Tomb Prince. Oh, the Tomb Prince gets a great charge. Tomb Prince is, of course, you see that Carrion in the camera? Jesus. The Tomb Prince does have anti-large armor piercing, and if he actually takes a little bit more damage, that could be disastrous, because the Tomb Prince has the Curse. No, he did not bring the Curse. The Curse is so good. I can't tell you how many games I've won with that thing. So if we take a big look at the battle overall, it's a very even battle. The Bretonnian infantry, of course, as expected, have won their respective fights, and they're surging in, but the Tomb Kings still have Setra. You have the Eyes of the Desert. They have a pretty good little skirmishing corps as well, with these skeleton archers, and also some Ushabti Grapos in the back, who are going to be able to hammer into a lot of these forces. But King Lewin's coming for it. He's coming for that booty right now, and it looks like Setra's on the run, and the Eyes of the Desert are trying their best to hold things up, but they're not really like horde clearing unit. They're certainly not going to be able to clear these things out very fast, and Setra is going to be jumping back in, and is he going to get that engagement? He's jumping in. It looks like he's going in with the Tomb Prince here. I mean, he might be able to 2v1 King Lewin, but the Paladin's coming in as well, and I would assume he brought Guardian. He did not, so these guys just bring in the bare minimum of everything. Also, mind you, there's a Grail Relic here, which is going to be giving immune to Psych, so none of the Bretonnians here are going to get terror routed. A beautiful, beautiful play here from Long, Tan, and Handsome, aka Flying Taco. So very, very close fight here. And we're going to see what happens. You can see Setra in the meantime is getting pushed back, 1300 HP. King Lewin continuing to heal as the blessed son of Bretonnia. And the Ushabti Grapos are trying to reposition, get away from these spears. So, even the most feeble of Bretonnian peasants is going to be able to kind of screen these guys out and chase them back. And it looks like the balance of power is slightly starting to go in the favor of the Bretonnians. And man, great play by both players. A nice rear charge coming in from Skeleton Horsemen. Eyes of the Desert are holding on. Halberds are holding as well, but Lewin and the Paladin plus the Grail are really holding firm, but I don't know, Schnitzel might be able to get this game back, but with Cetra so low, it's going to be really tricky. Ushabti Greatbow, Chosen of the Gods, would probably have to get some really good value here, but at least they're shooting into a blob, which is pretty much their best case scenario. Skeleton Horsemen are still fighting, and it looks like Cetra getting back in there. 1200 HP for Cetra. The Blessed Blade of Petra has been popped, but he is going to have to pull back. I mean, Lewin is much healthier. Lewin also has Harmonic Convergence, is nice and angry here, and yeah, we're going to see how that goes. In the meantime, Cetra the Imperishable trying to get away, and oh, Cetra, 1300 HP, he's going to turn around and fight. He has the support of the Chosen of the Gods, but with the Paladin here, plus the Grail Relic coming in, I just don't think Cetra is going to be able to hold. 977 HP, he's going to be pulling back through the Skeleton Horseman right there, which is a good engagement, but man, this is a fight. And I see we also have a mod fight in chat, which is great. That's exciting stuff. On top of that, Ushabti Greatbows have piled into melee combat, but the Bretonnians, they hold firm. The sons and daughters of the lady, I suppose, doing a very good job against these bony boys. But man, it was a great play. Both players played really well. Some nice engagements, nice maneuvers, but ultimately the Bretonnian Cav overwhelming the far left one. Was able to come around and really just hammer that back line. And Cetra also losing some of the duels against Lewin with magic support, of course, was quite essential here. Cetra does get the Narrows Incantation, was able to heal up a little bit with his passive there, but it looks like he's going to be getting hunted, and Lewin's coming for him. But the Ushabti and the Halberds are actually doing pretty well. I mean, the Bretonnians are very beat up. Is there a chance here? I mean, it's not point of no return yet, but it would be very unlikely. I mean, if Cetra got really lucky here and just did a ton of damage against Lewin, and Lewin just missed all his attacks, no, but Cetra gets crumped. 460 HP, Skeleton Horseman coming in. There's still a ton of Halberds here for the Tomb Kings, which is, I mean, you can see that the Bretonnians have like nothing left aside from Lewin and the Paladin. And is Cetra going to get away? It looks like he might be able to come over here and just shatter these men-at-arms, but he's just kind of circling the Halberds, which is a good choice. The Tomb King's Halberd's doing pretty well, but the Beastlers of Ashdod's still fighting in here. Those guys have 53 melee defense. They're thick and meaty, and they're not going to go quietly into that good night. So Flying Taco on point today. He is on point, doing a really good job. Cetra the Imperishable going to be getting hunted by these Knights of the Realm. 449 here. 2 leadership on him. Knights of the Realm, of course, have anti-large, not the best AP, but nonetheless, they have the speed to keep up with Cetra. They have 75 speed, I believe, on those guys. Cetra doing a Tokyo Drift. Oh, and King Lewin coming in with the club. And Cetra, Sphinx, is going to fall right into the camera. Glorious stuff. In the meantime, you can see King Lewin is going to be jumping back in, and the beloved sons and daughters of Bretonnia have won the day. They sought to defame the lady, and it is not going to happen. A wizard should know better. Yeah. He's a very good Bretonnian player too. I've been caught by his treachery before. He really likes to use Heaven's Magic to sunder the armor of high value enemies and then just like swarm them with knights and stuff. It's really, really badass. So Taco is on a man on a mission today, but we're going to see if King of the Dead, a community favorite, is going to be able to usurp him here. All right, so now it is time, I believe, for King. So we have King, and then we have Zach, who's going to end out the stream. The King of the Dead. Hey, he actually has his name, too. That's nice. And we have... Oh, man, he was ready, dude. He was just, like, waiting, like, clicking the load screen, just like, dude, get me in there. I want to go fisticuffs. So we shall do... I can't remember what Windsor Tooth Crown looks like. It doesn't... I feel like it's not a good map. No, I refuse to do Dark Elf maps because they're poorly lit, plus the forests are terrible for spectator purposes. Skjold is a pretty ridiculous map. That one's just like a big Haggard pit fight. I'll do Schwarzhofen. Alright. Go time. The King. So... Taco, pick, and ban. Taco drift? Yeah, I know. I might actually have a I probably won't have a taco, but maybe a burrito later as well. Hey, see a Decimated City? I think that's your name, Decimated. Yeah, see you later, man. Taco drift. That's pretty good. I like that. Thank you guys so much for joining today. And it looks like I'll go Chaos and ban Coast. My chat isn't working. Oh, now it is. Oh. Looks like King may have disconnected, so we'll get him another invite here. King of the Dead, come back, man. I'm going to let Taco know, because in King of the Hill, the players can just play the same factions if they want to. Skjold is a place in Norway. That's cool. That is cool, my friends. I know we're having like some language lessons here in chat. We have some people from all over the world, which is really cool. You know, only like if you look at my channel demographics, only like 32 or 30% of my channel is from the United States. The large majority is actually from Europe. That's why I usually try and stream early, of course. The king returns. So, what we got? Anna, I know, I would love to go to Taco Spot with you right now and just feast. Oh. Sushi's pretty good too. There is. Yeah, we'll drop a... Someone could drop a Discord link again. I know we have some new faces in here. We'd love to have you guys in the Discord. Looks like it's time to dethrone another king, says King of the Dead. Oh, bold words. He picks Chaos and bans Coast. So we'll see what... King will probably just go with Tomb Kings, I would imagine. Tomb Kings or Vampire Counts? Because, like, Vampire Counts have always had a pretty good matchup versus Chaos, so you could just go with that, too. Wicked D says, when I first got the game and heard the term gyrocopter, I most definitely ordered gyros. Is it gyros or gyros? Like, isn't it pronounced gyros? They're so goddamn good. You know, when we went to Greece, that was like one thing. I remember eating that for like 3 days in a row when Anna and I were in Greece. Thank you, Misha, for dropping the link. So it's going to be Tomb Kings versus Chaos. This is a fun one. I think that Vampire Counts are a bit more of a hard counter against Chaos, but yeah, this is a good matchup. It's a fun one. You get to see some nice monster mashes, all kinds of stuff. Anna, you're the one who kind of introduced me to Progi, though, to be fair. Like, I didn't really know of it, like, until I came to Poland and experienced it, so... You know, the blame goes around. Yeah. Yeah, we're doing King of the Hill. We have another 15 minutes or so. Probably some Greeks in here, too, right? We were in Crete. Yeah, we were in Crete. You know, I actually don't travel a lot. Like, the only places I've ever been, like, I've laid over in Germany a couple times, in Reykjavik, and then I always end up going to Poland, of course. And we've been to Germany, but aside from that, I'm not very traveled. The magic is being made live, Kenny. Yes, this is the magic of the movie business. High tech. We go big here. So we're on Schwarzhofen. King of the Hill, or King of the Hill. Flying Taco is currently on a streak. He's won 3 in a row. But King of the Dead coming to unseat him, and if he does not, we'll have Zach Spain in next. And then maybe I'll close out with a game, depending on how we're feeling. The great Romulan dog here in chat as well. Hanging out by the poolside, enjoying the lovely weather out where he lives. Turin, what we need is Voice of the Soul by Death playing in the background. You know what I really want to be able to play? Romulan dropping a little poodle. That's so great. And like just guessing, like you dropping a poodle's pretty funny because just like hearing your voice, I imagine that you're like just a built like football player, dude. You know, like not like not like a poodle guy. Yeah. It's pretty late in Greece right now, huh? Listening from Athens. Hey, John. Cheers, man. Yeah, we were in Crete. We went to Greece. So we went to Crete. We stayed in this tiny village on the. I can't even remember what it's called. Maybe Anna can remember, but it was really nice and a beautiful ocean. It's just like the landscapes there are lovely. And we went to Spinalonga, the leper colony, and we went to the temple. I forget what the temple is called. Minos' temple or something. It was really cool. Well, to be fair, every time I've gone to Germany, I've only ever laid over at the airport, so I haven't got to experience it. I'd love to go to Germany someday. Took a swim with your lizard? No, I don't stream on Twitch. I just stream on the YouTube. I mean, I don't know. I could dual stream, but personally, I'm a YouTube loyalist. Yeah, Finland would be nice too. Honestly, I would love to. Yeah, I'd love to take Lady Turin and treat her to the world, but it's just a finances thing, you know. So we travel when we can. Mainly, it's to see her family in Poland, though, of course, because you know it's really important. So, all right. Cool. So we're loading in right now. I'm not playing next game. Yes, we did fly into Heraklion Airport. Yeah. Yeah. It was really hot when we got there. It was like the dead of summer. It was like, August, I think, or July? No, it was August, yeah. I did not. No, we were at the temple where like the Minotaur myth kind of originated, I suppose. It was pretty cool. It was really hot though. Poor Anna was, yeah, she doesn't like the heat as much as me. Romulan says he's gained 10 pounds of muscle, ripped, blonde hair, Siggy style. Nice, dude. I'm going for the long hair style too. So we're going to be looking pretty good. I have no idea, Sean. I really don't. Yeah, the Temple of Gnosis. Yeah, that's it. That's it, Peter. Thank you. It was slipping my mind. It was cool. It was cool. We had a lot of fun. Went to some nice restaurants on the beach, and it really wasn't that expensive of a trip, to be honest, with the way we did it, because we didn't go to like Mykonos or any of the fancier islands, I suppose, that I guess are perceived as fancy by foreigners. But we went to, Crete was pretty affordable, and it was really cool. We had a really good time. All right, stretching out the old shoulders as we round up the day. Forces of Chaos, led by Flying Taco. Frontline's going to be Chaos Warriors and Marauders. Honestly, that's all you need. I mean, Chaos Warriors with their 100 armor can actually beat down most Tomb King's infantry. I mean, they're just very durable. 44 melee defense, 100 armor. Those guys are thick and proud. On top of that, he does have a couple chosen with halberds in the back. Now, these guys can do a number against Tomb Kings if there's no like cycle charging on them, and they're able to kind of not be affected by Buna and things like that. But oh my god, and Chaos Spawn? What the hell is this? So 2 Chaos Spawn, one of which is going to be the Weird Spawn. I actually have a Chaos Spawn video coming up on the channel in a couple days, which is pretty good. But Dragon Ogre Shaggoth, he does have a big angry Chaos Sorcerer up in the sky. So plenty of AP between these 2 targets, but a very, very, choice targets here for Buna, if his opponent does have it. But it's an elite Chaos army with Chaos Spawn, Dragons, and Shaggoth. Very unorthodox here. And for King of the Dead, he's of course known for unorthodox play. He's got Skeleton Archers here. He does also have a Casket of Souls, a Tomb Prince, and Ark in the Black, who does have Buna. So those chosen are going to be in huge trouble, because the Casket's going to be hammering them, plus Buna. They're going to go down quick. He's got Tomb Guard up here in the front. Well, that depends if King focuses them. Skeleton Archers and some Sneaky Snakes as well. Necropolis Knights with Halberds. And that's pretty much it. A defensive Casket build. So we have Caskets versus the Weird Spawn. And yeah, it's going to be wild. Carrion as well. Carrion might be okay just for like running interference. I'd probably just use the Carrion to block up the Sorcerer and just annoy him up in the sky. Mr. Erlinson, if you ever want to visit northern Germany. Yeah, right on, man. Thank you. And Andrea, your next trip to Italy. I'm half Italian. I've been actually, so I play in a 40K league, and there's 2 guys I just met, and the 2 guys I play with most are both from Italy as well. So thank you for the very, very generous offers. Appreciate it. All right, so the battle's underway here. Thank you guys for the support. Here we go. And you can see the Carrion are going to be swooping in to attack the Chaos Sword. Might as well just chip his HP down. I mean, the Dragon will, of course, kill them eventually, but this is like still really annoying. Like, these Carrion will chip away HP, and with Chaos characters, as you lose HP, you ain't getting it back. So this is pretty good. I mean, this is annoying, and there's no other support for Chaos on the ground to help out with this. So this Dragon, I mean, you might as well just fight. Like, yeah, you got to just fight these birds. Is this Chaos Sorcerer Lord? He drops a fireball. He gets it off. Oh, Ark in the Black. He's going to take a fireball to the face. Ooh, that's not good. He took a fat fireball, but he does get a Spirit Leech. And this Dragon's like, screw this shit. I'm being nipped on by Carrion. This is not fun. And yeah, he's going to be getting hunted by these guys. The dogs are barking in the background. Lovely. Terrorizing of the stream. We'll go pet them after this, don't worry. So Carrion are going to be hunting down the Chaos Sorcerer Lord with fire. Doing a really good job. I mean, they do have 44 melee defense, or 46, actually, against the 46 melee attack. So the Chaos Sorcerer isn't going to kill him super quick. That is so annoying. I love it. So those guys are on the hunt. It looks like Ark in the Black did take a little bit of work. The Casket of Souls is shooting into the Chosen. And I don't know, is Taco's build, I mean, he is going to win the infantry fight for sure. Tomb Guard will put up an okay fight against Chaos Warriors, and they will beat Marauders. But with the Weird Spawn coming in, Skeleton Archers might be able to just kill those guys. So up in the sky, this Chaos Sorcerer is, he hasn't killed a single Carrion because he's pretty much been running, just trying to kite these guys. Oh my god, this is so funny. And another Spirit Leech coming down, so Ark in the Black just cackling and being an evil wizard. And the bow shots are going to be going into the Chaos Spawn, who are probably going to die very, very quickly. Weird Spawn going out on a far kind of flank there, and it looks like the Dragon is going to be landing. Oh, and a beautiful burning head there from the Chaos Sorcerer. Oh, is it going to get the other group? It just melts those archers. Those Skeleton Archers just got 100 to 0'd. But here you can see that the Ark in the Black and the Prince are going to be charging in with some Sneaky Snakes, so that Dragon needs to pull back right now. He needs to get back and just let the Shaggoths and let the infantry fight. Plus, he does a Chaos Spawn in here. So, Chaos Spawn, you know, do hit hard against lightly armored targets. So the Dragon Sorcerer is really just getting pounded horribly by this. Over here on the far side, Chosen with Halberds, they're just kind of aimlessly looking for something to do. And the Weird Spawn being very conservative, I think just waiting for the Chaos Infantry to actually saturate the front line before he gets in there. So King of the Dead is on a mission to unseat this throne here. And you can see here that the Goon Squad is going to be getting a nice wrap on the Shaggoth. So great counterpunch there by King of the Dead. He's able to get the Dragon Ogre Shaggoth with the Tomb Prince and Ark in the Black and all those guys. You know, the Chosen with Halberds are going to be able to eventually cause some issues once they do get in there. And you can see here the Skeleton Archer is trying to finish off the Sorcerer. He really needs to keep that guy alive. His Burning Head in the back was really good. If he could get like another big Burning Head on like a blob of infantry like this, that could be something that could help him get back in the game because he is at a slight deficit right now. A little Burning Head going down. It is going to roast some Skeleton Warriors, but for the most part, King of the Dead avoids it with all of the high-value targets. Another Spirit Leech is going down. The Dragon has about 1,000 HP left. And the Casket of Souls will die very quickly here. So the Dragon's going to be going for that bread. He's going to be trying to butter it. Oh yeah, nice attack right there. Shaggoth's coming in, but you have to watch out because here we have the Chaos Sorcerer Lord of Fire, who of course is oh man, oh, and he gets gooned. He gets gooned. The Tomb Prince plus Ark in the Black get a nice little charge there, and the Chaos Sorcerer Lord of Fire is going to be getting crumbed. So 484 here. Sneaky Snakes are going to be charging in as well. So this is kind of this is the final rumble here. Are the Weird Spawn and company going to be able to kind of hold this fight up? The Casket's going down. And Chaos is doing well in the infantry fight, like I said. I mean, the Marauders here are going to be able to beat the Spears, probably. Chaos Warriors, I don't know, they're in a 2v1 fight, so they might not be able to clean that up. There still is a Dragon Ogre Shaggy here, and the Chaos Spawn and company here are also doing well. Chosen with Halberds are going to be a threat, but it looks like there's going to be a Buna going down or some sort of witchcraft. Is that going to be a Buna? Oh, beautiful Faded Buna on the Chosen. I think that's going to spell doom for Chaos. And the Weird Spawn and company are trying to be, but, you know, they're not going to be a match for Sneaky Snakes. They do have Armor Sundering, and there is support of Chosen from Halberds here. And maybe if the Shaggoth can kind of, you know, crump a little bit and get on some of these guys, but it looks like King of the Dead is very, very far ahead on the bounce of power. And, you know, the poor Shaggy, he's trying his heart out. Tried so hard and got so far, but in the end, it seems that the Casket of Souls continuing to drop some hot thunder here on these Chaos Warriors. On the far side, you can see those Chaos Warrior Marauders get taken out. Really cool build, though. I mean, using Weird Spawn and Chosen, I mean, it's always fun to see those type of things. The Tomb Prince here probably might be getting taken out. No, not with the Necropolis Knights coming in. Necropolis Knights, of course, beautiful anti-large. They're going to be getting in there, wrecking the Chaos Spawn. Archer Overwatch Fire is going to melt the Shaggoth, and it's only going to be a matter of seconds until we get slapped with army losses. So King of the Dead is now going to be the king of the hill. And, yeah, you guys getting to see some weird builds today, that's for sure. I mean, the pun was partially intended because, of course, the Weird Spawn are involved in everything. But yeah, that is that. Dragon Ogre Shaggoth hath fallen, and the last of the weirdest of spawn will be going as well. So Taco, you know, still the leader here. KFC Lord backed it by Champ Manscore. Oh yeah, Carlin, that's not bad at all. KFC Lord's always a competitive pick. He's just so good. So here we have the current leader is going to be King. Although I don't know if we'll have enough time. We're just kind of doing casual skirmishes today anyways, guys. So, I mean, they're still, you know, trying hard, but... All right. So now we have King of the Dead. My meme is better. Get off my throne, peasant. GG. My meme couldn't beat your meme. Thanks for the games. You too. All right, so next we have Zach. I don't know if you're on my friends list, Zach, so you may just have to join. Let me go ahead and double check. I kind of want to just go on like a ridiculous map. We'll do Chaos Waste. That's always, Chaos Waste are always fun maps. All right. It was a good game. Both players bringing very strange units. You got to see a Casket of Souls plus Chaos Spawn. And now we have Zach. See you later. Take care. Will Trusted? Yeah. I don't know what that means, but sounds good, man. Fly and Bread lurks as well. Good night, good night. All right, so guys, we have Southern Chaos Waste. So King picks and bans. Ryan Smith says, so Ryan, after this game, I'll probably play one just for fun, and then we'll call it a day from there. So I'll be right back while the players set up. And I'm going to go let my dogs out. Oh, come on, puppies. Maybe Wookie will come say hi after. We're not sure. It's actually kind of nice out here, puppers. go outside. Go enjoy the lovely weather. Alright, the beasts have been released into the wild. And it looks like we're going to have a Norska versus Greenskin Showdown, which is a very fun matchup. Ryan, I know exactly who you are. Oh. Ryan Smith, I've always known. Alright, we're back in action. So let me make sure they don't have any questions. Norska vs. Greenskins it is. Southern Chaos Waste is it's a mid-sized map. Plenty of open field opportunity. Not too much line of sight, but neither of these factions really care about that. Maybe I'll get the Mob Savagery to close out the stream. Wookiee is indeed the Mob Savagery. Yes, we Americans are not the best at geography. That is certainly true. The Mob Savagery is actually outside right now, feasting. I don't know if I would say Greenskins have an edge. I actually think it's, I mean, maybe, like, slightly. I don't know. Norska, I think, has some really good tools against the Greenskins as well. I mean, Famir, Mammoths, Frostworms, like, character sniping, Spirit Leech. Like, there's a lot of stuff they can do. Man, all this talk and chat of, like, these foods from different countries is really just making me fiend for, Oh, yeah, I gotta update King's scoreboard to show that he has a win. Ugh. Why is Ola barking? Hold on. Our neighbor has, like, a big German Shepherd, and our little small, like, Chihuahua Terrier dog always, like, goes and tries to battle it at the fence. All right, let me go get her inside so she doesn't get her face bitten off. Even though it's not possible, it's just, you know, on principle. I returned. Sorry about that, guys. Oh, I just had to make sure the beasts were all taken care of. Yeah, Fred. We might go to Brighton someday. Let's see. Garland Green says, I'll watch this and then I really need to rest before the game tomorrow. Good fun as always. And for the love of Gork, treat the missus to something nice. I will. Fear not. Fear not, my friends. All right, we're back with another showdown. Zach Spain coming in to challenge the King of the Dead. Greenskins versus Norska. So for the front line, looks like Orc Airboys. Now, he's not deployed yet, so we'll take a look at the Norskins. So Norska in the front line is going to be Berserkers. Yeah, it's a Famir rush. Pretty classic stuff. I mean, high DPS, but low AP. But the low AP is made up for by the Armor Sundering and the AP of the Famir. So it's like very much just a meat grinder build. You can see he has Fireball and Burning Skull. No buffs, actually. I was expecting maybe like a Flaming Sword of Ruin or something. On top of that, we have Big Papa Wolfric. And, yeah. That's pretty much it. A couple spears on the flanks, Norscan Warhounds, to harass archers and get into the back line. Because again, a rush build like this kind of sacrifices the open battlefield. But to make up for that, he has a couple hounds. He does have some in Vanguard as well. So good build here from King. It's solid. And Raiden Roth, thank you so much for sponsoring the channel. Welcome, man. Welcome to the family, as always. And much appreciated. No, I've never been to Spain, actually. Sounds good, Fred. Will do, man. Dominic says he just got his wisdom teeth out and still pretty high. Nothing like some Turin to heal up. Well, this is the end of the stream, but you'll be able to watch it back afterwards. And of course, plenty of videos on the roll here. So hope you feel better, man. Rain says, love your content. Finally decided to pay for all your hard work. Yeah, thanks, man. I appreciate it. I do. And we got a lot of goodies coming your way. World Cup's going to be starting soon. That's going to be really, really fun. Having like nation-on-nation battles. Oh, I'm so excited for that. I'm thinking for World Cup, the streams will be 5 best of 3. So each team will bring 5 players to the table. And it'll be a Swiss format. But anyways, for the Greenskins, we have Azag up in the skies, Goblins in the front, Night Goblins here, and it looks like Savage Orc Biggins on the flanks. Archers here in the secondary core, so yeah, pretty good against those targets, especially with Rusty Arrows. Doomdiver Catapults coming in here for Zaxbane, also with some nasty Skulkers and a pretty big core of just kind of cheap cav in the back. He does, of course, have Goblin Wolf Riders, which I'm not sure what their purpose is going to be, but they'll be, I guess, okay at counter-skirmishing the Hounds and keeping the backline safe. I mean, they have okay combat stats, but I think Norscan Hounds might actually beat them. I don't know, it's hard to say. I mean, Goblin Wolf Riders have, let's look, 22, 20, 24, 3.4. Yeah, the Norscan Warhounds seem a lot stronger. Or the Ice Wolves. So in the meantime, Azag's going to be flying overhead, dropping a Spirit Leech on the Fimir Warriors. A pretty good choice. You got to wear those guys down. I mean, he could try and snipe Wolfric with Spirit Leech, which may or may not be a better idea, but I understand the appeal of getting rid of the Fimir. And the Doomdiver Catapults are shooting in as well. So let's see. Here they come. Shots coming in. Doomdiver Catapults are just peppering these Fimir. And is he going to get some models here? It looks like he's taken these Fimir down to half health with the Spirit Leech plus the Doomdiver combination, which is pretty badass. So the Greenskins definitely got a meaty little formation here. There's going to be layers to get through. Goblins will be taking the initial beating, but one of the better ways to deal with rush builds is to kind of drag them through the mud and force them to go through multiple layers and tire them out and wear them down. So Doomdiver still shooting into the Fimir, but now this is where things get a little bit scary for the Greenskins, as the onslaught of Norskins has reached the front line. Wolfric himself is going to be leading the charge, and these Goblins are going to get crumbs. They're just going to get smashed on by these Fimir. Fimir obviously a far superior unit here. Little Goblos, you know, trying their hearts out, but they're going to be breaking and wavering and terrified here because these are the Miststalkers. They do cause terror. On the far side, Zaxbane is actually using Azag to attack the Wolves, which I don't agree with. I think maybe just keeping him back and just going after higher value targets would be more helpful because he's not really doing much out here. And the Wolves can simply just tie him down and keep him busy. But he does countercharge with some Wolf Riders, which is going to help. Those Wolf Riders plus him might be able to actually win this fight over here. So back in the main fight, the Greenskin Wa has engaged in the front line. Berserkers and company cleaning up the initial wave. But now the real Greenskins come in. You can see the Biggins are going to be coming in, and Biggins will trade somewhat efficiently with bigger targets, like because they do have anti-large. Now they lack AP, but it still hurts. You know, they have good output overall, and their AP I think is like 14 or 15, so it's not terrible. Doomdivers are still shooting in the back, going after this beat-up group of Fimir, and it seems like the Doomdivers have paid their dues. Now in the back line, it looks like there's an attempt here from the Norscan Ice Wolves to get on the back and shut down the Doomdiver Catapult, but it looks like Zaxbane has done a very good job with his Forest Goblin Spider Riders and Nasty Skulkers fending off the Hound play. And King of the Dead, of course, known for his really, really good Hound control. So back here, these Norscan Ice Wolves are going to be getting taken out. The other ones over here are being pushed off, and it looks like Azag and his Wolf Riders were able to win those respective fights, but Azag, now, I mean, the Wolf Riders support is gone, so Azag could just not be dragged down by, but he could be frostbitten and forced to stay there. But it looks like he's able to get back up in the skies, which is really big. Now back here in the center, you can see that the Savage Orc Biggins are going to be collapsing inward, going to be getting a nice rear charge, and should be able to crump a lot of these Norskins. I mean, they hit hard. Savage Orc Biggins are a really, really good dual-purpose unit. But it's an incredibly close fight, slightly in the favor, I would say, of the Greenskins. I mean, yeah, it looks like the bounce power is a little bit in their favor, actually, because the Norskins are getting worn down. But again, remember, if the back line gets compromised, the Doomdivers go offline, that is a lot of their value. The Doomdivers have a lot of ammunition left. Oh, and King's able to get the jump on the Doomdiver Catapult. The Norscan Wolves are able to get back there, and that will certainly help to normalize the bounce of power a little bit. And Wolfric's in good shape as well. He's about full health, give or take. And there's still a couple Fimir. This one group of Fimir, the Miststalkers, is in good shape. The other ones are very tattered with 4 models, and I think the other one's pretty much just 100% offline somewhere. I'm not seeing it anywhere, but anyways, back in the battlefield here, you can see the Greenskins have a last line of defense here, and now look at that. The bounce power actually went back in the favor of the Norskins, simply because of that backline pressure. Able to shut down the Doomdiver Catapults and some of those other elements, and yeah, man, very, very well played by both players here. It's been a very, very close fight with some cool builds for sure. So in the back, the Norskins were able to compromise the backline finally, which then gives them the slight advantage. Granted, Dr. Doom of Darkness is still online, and there's a lot of angry Greenskins over here who could rally. Azag's going to be coming in with the Spirit Leech. Doom of Darkness on the Miststalkers here. Is that going to be enough to break them? They have 17 leadership, 6 leadership, 12. They're kind of ebbing back and forth, 1. And the Doom of Darkness might actually break them, but Hunter of Champions going down from Wolfric as well is really going to make Azag a very squishy target, but it looks like he is going to get blocked up by a couple of Night Goblins. So the Night Goblin heroes able to kind of halt that charge, and Azag is going to be pulling back and trying to re-engage here, just using his cycle charging and his aerial presence. So if we look around, you can see there's some AP Cloonies here. There's a lot of Greenskins kind of all over the map, doing very well for themselves. Savage Orc Biggins here, able to beat down the Berserkers and deal with those Spearmen. A nice little Burning Head back there, gets some value, yeah. It rose some of those guys. And this is a close fight. This is a really, really close. This is a slobber knocker, as they say. But I think the greenskins are just going to eventually kind of outswarm here, it looks like. It looks like they're going to outswarm. I think so. We have the Savage Orc Biggins in the back, working on those guys. But Norskins do have that nice little center pocket with the Shaman Sorcerer. Does he have any sustained infantry here? He does have some Marauder Spearmen. There's just so many Biggins everywhere, and all the Fimir are pretty much offline if you look around. And the big issue for Wulfric is that Azag is still alive. Azag is a monster of a duelist. I mean, especially if he has the opportunity to cycle charge you and he doesn't have to stay and just kind of go fisticuffs, he's going to become very scary. Now, Wulfric's trying to hold Nasty Skulkers, Savage Orc Biggins coming in. They are confident. These Biggins, their Frenzy is active, and there are the Brutes of the Hound here who have 12 models, up to a fair amount of kills, I think. 123 on those guys, pretty good. And the Norskin Doggies are doing a very good job as well, chasing off a lot of the Greenskin forces that are, very tattered. So very good discipline here, using these guys. But the problem, this is really bad. The Norskin Ice Wolves, if they get terrified here, oh man, he should have gone in with Azag. I think if he could have terrified the Norskin Ice Wolves, they would have ran right off the map. That would have been pretty good. But look at this, King of the Dead coming back in. This is an amazing battle. Like, the bounce power just keeps going in the favor of the Greenskins here, but it just keeps getting pulled back and forth with really good discipline play here by both players. Berserkers and Spearmen coming back in. The Hounds have just been aces this game. Oh, wow, this could be really good. A rear charge into the Biggins could break them. And they're so close to the edge of the map, that might actually be enough. Oh, man, and he breaks those Biggins. And in the meantime, the Beast of Tashnar might actually go after these Orc Airboys. So those Norskin Wolves have just been doing the work of the Dark Gods. Man, King and Zach having a glorious duel of the gods here. What a great way to end the stream here. This is awesome. So right here on the ground, you can see that the Shaman Sorcerer going to be continuing to fight. Zach's Bane charging in. Oh, no, but Azag gets caught. He gets caught with the Hunter of Champions, but he is not alone. He's got the Savage Orc Biggins who've come back in, so they broke, but they came back, which is great. And there's only a couple Brutes of the Hound left. It looks like there's 2 of them in total. And it looks like the Norskin Hounds are going to be surging into the back of this fight, trying to help out. Don't you disconnect on us. Don't you dare do it. And now it's Wulfric versus Azag with the Hound support in the back. Beast of Tashnar do have anti-large, and Azag's taking a lot of damage. Hunter of Champions. Oh, man, those Hounds are chewing on him. Wulfric's on him now, too. But, I mean, there's so many Greenskin supporting units coming in, and they might be able to break the Hounds off. Hounds do not want to be surrounded here. I mean, the Biggins and the other Greenskin troops are going to be so strong. Bounce power is pretty even now. If these Norskin Warhounds come in, or come back and start chasing off more Greenskin stuff, that could be something that's good. There's a couple Marauder Berserkers that have come back online, which is nice as well. And Wulfric has escaped, so now they've devolved into that kind of same game. Azag's back in the sky, Wulfric's on foot, or on horseback, excuse me. 1.9 HP, 1.6 for Azag, so Wulfric is healthier. And he needs to get these Norskin Ice Wolves back. Look at that. The Norskin Ice Wolves simply running past these nasty Skulkers was enough to actually almost rout them off. And the Smoke Bomb going down as well, but it doesn't seem to affect routing units for some reason. So that's interesting. Something to take a look at. And the Shaman Sorcerer now is going to be getting goons by Azag. So very good play here by Zach, knowing that he needs to take those guys out. Oh, that's funny, Tuna. Yeah, that's funny. And Wulfric's a little bit surrounded here, so I think that's just game. Wulfric isn't going to be able to beat these Savage Orc Biggins. I mean, they all have anti-large, and he's a pretty ideal target for them. Aside from his armor, he does have heavy armor. He's got 100, so... yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I'll play one to end the stream. Yeah, don't worry. I will play one to end the stream. And there we go. I don't know, I just don't see the Norskins coming back from this. Their Hounds are coming back in. They're going to chew on these nasty Skulkers here. Skulkers will probably break almost instantly from that charge. Norskin Ice Wolves actually have pretty good charge bonus. They have 38, so when they get in there with that charge, it's pretty good. And the Fire Sorcerer's back too. Wulfric is trying, but he's getting crumped on by these guys. Norsca needed a Caster Lord. Speed debuffs do not affect routing units. That seems kind of silly. I feel like they should. Yeah, weird bug, but it's there for sure. Yeah, that's why the Arachnar Queen like sprints away, right? When it's like slowed, yeah. Man, that was a great battle. So yeah, I'll do one to end the stream as well. It is a silly bug. All right. All right. So we're rehosting. We'll call it the Zach attack. Although I think I saw he spells his name with an H. All right, Zach. This will be the last one. I don't know who I should play. GG indeed. We'll go with That was a really good game. That was an incredibly fun one to watch. The Zac attack is in here. You can pick and ban. And we'll do the, I don't know what map we should do. We will do... I can't remember what Desert's Bounty looks like. That should be fine. Oh, no, I don't like Wood Elves really that much. I'm not that proficient with them. I don't feel like... Oh, yeah, I gotta get a blocker of some sort. Do I have any blockers? Yeah, and I trust him. I'm just gonna put up a blocker just in case he's watching. He wants to jump on the stream and chat, and he accidentally sees my build or something. So we'll just put the rat blocker here, which is fine. Oh, Dwarves and ban High Elves. Okay, he wants to go Dwarves, huh? So I have a build I want to show you guys. Now, picking against Dwarves, typically there's a multitude of hard counters, like Beastmen, Chaos, and it's going to be very hard for them. But I'm actually going to counterpick myself. I'm going to go with the Vampire Coast against Dwarves, which I think is a really hard matchup for Coast. Because there's a build I've been working on, and I really do want to test it against a good player. So we're going to test it out here and see how it goes. Yeah, so, I mean, Empire vs. Dwarves isn't that fun to watch, in my opinion. This one is a matchup that I think is very hard for Coast. But nonetheless, we're actually going to try and make it work, so... Yeah. I'm trying to remember what the exact build I brought was. I can't quite remember. Something like this. Need a caster, of course. Not necessarily. Yeah, it's a weird build. Because I think it's a... Yeah, I think Dwarves have the advantage here, but it's not... I'm going to try... I want to try and make something work. So what else did I bring in this build? I can't quite remember. I think it was something like this. All right, and that should be fine. And then we get some of those. Garland Green has to go to bed. Now I have to watch the end. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's a cool build. I think it's quite neat. There's a couple things I might want to change. Oh, that's what I'm missing. There was like one really crucial ingredient, and I was like, why do I feel like naked? Okay. We're almost good here. You guys are gonna like the way you look. I can guarantee it. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be real fun. It's missing. There's some things, light things I think it's missing here, but should be okay. You can see the. It's okay. It doesn't matter if you're looking there. It's just more for like a split second catch. All right. Those damn wet dog. Oh, so he said he played King of the Dead earlier with his dwarves in a tournament before this, and I think he actually won. So this will be interesting to see if my build can hold up. This isn't a very experimental build, so take it with a grain of salt. Cool. Let's do it. Men's Warehouse sponsor confirmed. What? Yeah, thank you guys for joining today. This is going to be the last battle. I think this build's pretty good. I think so. Actually, is there one thing I want to change? The rats are here. How much money did that give me? Yeah, it's probably better. Cool. Good luck, have fun, my friend. This is going to be interesting. So basically, it's a build that uses Luther. All deck droppers against dwarves would not be very good. So, yeah. So as long as he doesn't know where I'm deploying, I trust you, Zach. Don't stream snipe my deployments, bro. Don't do it. This map's fine. It's a good map for dwarves and vampire coast. So basically, we have a cannon gun line, and there's going to be a gunnery wight supporting them, because he can juice them up pretty good. You can see here we have this, which will hit all of them. Plus, he does also have an aura of what's it called? The dead eyes. We got to get him a little bit better for that. All right, cool. So you can go here. Then from there, we just have like mostly like haggard stuff in the front. It's going to be a couple zombos with polearms because they have AP at least, and a couple deck gunners. Deck gunners we want to sit a little bit farther back. It's really important because dwarves oftentimes will mass vanguard. So let's see, 5. We want to make sure that that's probably fine. Maybe just go up on the high ground here. We can't really afford to take the high ground because we need to be a little bit offset in case there's a dwarf vanguard, because that can be kind of punishing to the style of play actually. And the deck gunners are pretty good because they have armor sundering and some other goodies. Luther actually runs up and skirmishes. He kind of like he trolls about a little bit, so we'll put these guys in 1 for now. Gunnery Wight's going to be back here in group 6, and we want to just, what vanguard options does he have back here? He could do a little something, so we'll just kind of like put some zombies back here just to like make sure there's no tricks, because they can shamble wherever they need to by the time the battle starts. All right, cool. So deck gunners can be in 2. Actually, yeah, that's fine. And then Morngulls are like in a deep reserve. Morngulls just kind of chill out, and once the dwarves are worn down, I'll send those guys in. 3, 4, and put you guys in. So you put you guys in 6, and you in 7. The dogs can be in 5. The hound micro is very important. You have to like be really, really aggressive with your hounds. All right, cool. That's looking good. We got our flank protection. We got some fellbats just to kind of chase down, scurvy dogs and things like that. I don't think he can deploy back here, so it would just be like the corners. So we'll kind of hang out over here and see if we can, because if we can see him coming, we can at least hammer them a little bit. And the fellbats we'll just put in control group 1 for now. Yeah, we'll see. I think this build's pretty good. I don't know. It needs some testing, but this will be a good time to test it. All right, here we go. All right, so we have gyrocopters here. So let's go ahead and square up like this. We'll get some of you guys shooting here, get the dogs going up around the side. And it looks like there is indeed a vanguard back here. So I knew it. I knew there would be a vanguard. So we're going to go get those Bugman's Rangers right now. Sneaky, sneaky dwarves. And then we'll get the fellbats going here, and the cannons can just start switching on to better targets. So basically we can just shoot like Slayers are fine, honestly. It's not going to be that bad. And we'll go ahead and pop the ballistics calibration here in a second. And the dogs, these zombies can start scooting up as well. Luther Arkin can just come and start shooting some pistol shots here, and we just need to like look for other like ranger elements. Okay, so here is the secondary line coming in. What does he have here? Yeah, so we need to take out all his ranger units. That's going to be really important. So fall back, fall back. Luther and company getting in there. Let's send the dogs just Tokyo drifting through here. Okay, great. So our backline's relatively secure. We should be able to finish off those Bugman's Rangers in the corner. These deck droppers, we need to start shooting at his missile units. So the dogs are just going to kind of keep Tokyo drifting up and around. You just need to have really aggressive hound control. And worst case scenario, you just collapse in the front, right? It's gonna be fine. We'll send our summoner up there. Fellbat should be able to deal with the gyrocopters, and now we're getting that good hammering fire into his missile unit. So, all right. So I think we're okay so far. We're creating a nice little buffer. We were able to break those guys. So let's get you guys going here. You guys here. You guys here. Luther can start shooting these guys, and we'll just jump on them and see if we can take those guys out. The Slayers are going to become an issue for sure. So we need to start probably shooting those guys. Yeah, we're just looking for the goodies here. Bugman's Rangers back here are actually putting up a really good fight, but we should be able to break those guys. So let's go ahead and pop the ballistics calibration buff here to make our cannons a little bit stronger as they shoot in. Shoot here, shoot here. We have some guys who've gotten into the back line, so a little bit of sloppy play on my part, but it's okay. And let's drop some of that goodness here. All right, so we need to compromise these guys, but this is where the Mourngulls come in, because the Mourngulls are going to be a really good backline peeler unit. And the cannons here can switch onto these guys for now. Let's get you guys kind of chewing on them. Gyrocopters are shut down. We did lose one group of scurvy dogs, but it's not really the end of the world. So let's get you guys kind of screening like this. And Mourngulls should be able to clean those guys up. Yeah. All right, so now we can shoot into Giant Slayers. Giant Slayers are going to be a bit of an issue here, so Luther Harkin needs to come in and get you guys shooting here. And how we cleaned up the back here? Those Bugman's Rangers are still going strong, man. What absolute beasts. Yeah, Mourngulls, we just need to make sure we stay away from the Giant Slayers. Like, we can go, like, clean up the flanks with them and do a little bit of sweeping action. We'll clean up those Rangers back there. And we have to make sure our Summoner doesn't die either, because the Summoner is going to be super essential here for kind of holding it down. So we'll actually taunt these guys to make them a little bit weaker. Luther can keep shooting with his pistol. Mourngulls, we just pull back. There's no sense in taking that fight there. Just shoot the Dragonback Slayers. Let's get all the cannons shooting at the Dragonback Slayers as well. And we just need to kind of... We can cast an invocation here to keep this pocket fighting a little bit longer. We haven't really been using it for too much. Those Bugman's Rangers still going. Goodness. That's really, really big. So his guns in the back should be relatively compromised. Gyrocopters are pushed off. And Mourngulls, we just need to kind of keep kiting back here. Luther needs to kind of hornswoggle these guys if we can. I really don't want to fight the Giant Slayers here. So we're going to try and last samurai them like as hard as we can. Luther may have to come into combat. Let's pull these guys back as well. We need these doggies. So just keep going, keep going. We can actually get in there with the Dragonback Slayers. Yeah, we kind of just have to shoot everything we have at them. It's not going to be fun, but... Oh, now that we have some summons, we're okay. So we'll do this, and now we can send in these guys. The Dragonback Slayers are pretty beat up, and we kind of have to. So we'll check extra powder, make sure we're good everywhere. We'll just put some more powder on those guys. And we'll shoot into those Slayers here. And we should be able to kind of get these guys back. I think Luther and his Goon Squad might be able to actually win this fight here. Does Luther have... No, Power Siphon is pretty much useless here. I don't know why I brought that. So the cannons, we need to kind of start running them in every direction now. And it looks like the backline situation, we have finally won that. So we can pull these guys back. This is where things get a little bit ugly, though, because we invested heavily in the cannon game, and he didn't really, do anything about that, in terms of cannon play. All right, so we're cleaning up there, which is good. Jack Droppers are falling back. Do we have any scurvy dogs on a mission here? We could actually get them into these Bugman's Rangers here. And the Mourngulls, we probably want to sweep those guys up here as well and try and finish them off. So we're going to kind of split everything up if we can. Zombie crews aren't the quickest. He did not bring any sort of real... A lot of Slayers, too. Probably anticipating the crabs, I would imagine. God, it's going to be hard to deal with these Slayers, but look at this, the Haggard-ass cannon separation. Oh my god, this is so classic. Shooting into these Slayers as well. We need to get these Bugman's Rangers offline, because that is one of the harder counters to the Mourngulls. So let's go ahead and taunt these guys if we can. Get the push, and we can drop some summons to cover if we need to. Let's pull these guys back. These Zombos need to kind of get going there, and the cannons have separated, so now the ones that were able to get away can start shooting into the backs of these guys. Can shoot those guys. Alright, great. So now we can drop a summon here. And like this. And then once that's done, we can pop a fat invocation of the heck. Heal those guys up, get the Mourngulls back a little bit, which is fine. We still have a gunnery white too. I mean, we have a lot of stuff. Let's see if we can get those guys. Yeah, the cannon crew, we can drop the artillery. It's not really going to matter though. Let's keep guiding back this way, just try and take the battle away from that area. I think he has a couple Giant Slayers here as well. And we can actually hornswoggle those guys. Our zombies are going to win a fight up here on the high ground. And this cannon crew, we need to just drop it and run up in this way. Get those guys shooting as well. So at least we're pulling him apart a little bit. I still think he's going to win it. Although we still have another summon, which is really nice. Oh, that's Ungrim actually. Okay, so that might actually change the dynamic of things a little bit. So now that we've finished off the ranged units, we could just run. There's no point in us fighting here against these slow forces. What do we got? Slayers? Yeah, Deckhand mobs might actually be able to beat the Slayers here. Especially if this cannon crew can survive here, that would be really, really big. There's no point in us fighting Ungrim here. So you can put him in kite and fight mode. Get you guys coming over here. We have some deckhand mobs coming in. Summons can keep fighting as well. We have to kind of kite and fight Ungrim. Alright, so that's good. Mourngulls and company can just kind of cycle charge a little bit. And we have the deck droppers who are finishing off the last of these Slayers here. And we have you. We can go give some extra powder to Luther actually. Let's get these zombies over here. It's falling apart. It's falling apart. The build is not working against his mass Slayers. I think the control's been pretty good, to be honest. It's really just kind of the Yeah, we got to save the Winds of Magic right now. So we're going to continue to taunt him. Luther's shooting. We need to get the Gunnery White over here and just like MLG snipe this guy. Yeah, because so many areas of the battlefield are just collapsing. The Morgul's are doing okay, but they need to fall back until they can get a little bit of support. And we need to get Luther some extra ammo too. And Ungrim is getting sniped pretty hard. Gunnery White's got that rifle. I actually like this build though. I feel like with a couple minor tweaks it could be good. Norgenling's Ironbreakers, we could just kind of tarp it. Keep shooting here. Morgul's, you need to get back. Go finish those guys off. Maybe if we can kill Ungrim, we can grind something out. But the problem is he has those fat, thick, frickin' guys over there. Are these Slayers chasing me? Oh, they are. That's not good. Let's get the Vampire Caster over here. Ungrim is getting picked pretty good. So we're going to go ahead and pop this. Okay, Luther now has ammo. Our Caster's coming over here. Morgul's are hunting. Oh, we actually have some Fellbats I forgot about. They're going to be helpful, potentially. So we've shattered those guys, which is good. Now we can sneak the Morgul's up on these guys. We need to save up Winds of Magic for sure. And Luther can keep just shooting at, you know, the Slayers. That's fine. Like, picking off Slayers is always valuable. And I have plenty of extra powder, so that's not going to be a huge concern. Could rear charge the Ironbreakers, try and wear those guys down. This is such a ridiculous battle. Now that we have the Fellbats coming back, that's pretty good. Alright, let's get the Morgul's back. There's no point for them to take that fire. So if we could pull these Slayers away, my 3 characters can easily finish them. So let's actually fight the Slayers here. And we can get... yeah, that's fine. Actually, that doesn't really help. The Fellbats are coming in. Fellbats can just chase off archers or help inundate Slayers. Morgul's, we need to get some of that sweet, sweet goodness. There's only 20 Slayers left here. And they're not like particularly good against what I have. I could use a summon. I don't think it's worth it. It's like giant-ass falcons like flying over this guy here. Could bring the Morgul's in. I mean, they're crumbling. I might as well fight with them. Alright, so now we have to kite a little bit. So what we can do to make the kite fluid is we'll drop some summons. Because I have the guns. Fellbats can attack here. Just need to get those guys in if we can. Because Luther, his pistol is like one of his biggest strengths. Can fight the Slayers for a second because they're alone. Taunt these guys. Gunnery White can take some pot shots as well. Fellbats. We'll bring the Fellbats to kind of support our skirmishing battles. Oh my god, I feel like I'm playing like a different game right now. It's not even like... So Luther needs to just fight these guys if he can. Our infantry here are doing pretty good. Morgul's actually getting a little bit of value before they go quietly. Like once we get rid of all the mobility, we might be able to actually just kite the Dwarves off. Fellbats should be able to help finish off those Slayers rather quickly. Gunnery White needs to live. We have an Invocation, so we'll probably heal the Gunnery White because he's not a vampire, so he's not going to have the hunger. Alright, so let's actually go ahead and attack the Slayers here. With our Goon Squad, Luther can come and start getting some pot shots. He's leaving some Slayers back there to kind of protect that situation. And the last of these Slayers should be getting cleaned up. Ungrim on the hunt. Alright, so Fellbats can come over here and attack these Bugman's Rangers now.
Who's next? At once.
Okay, you guys shooting here as well. Oh my god. Can we get Ungrim here? Is this gonna happen? He is unbreakable though, so it's a little bit tricky. The extra powder is proving to be super useful on the old boy Luther, because his AP shots are actually really good. The problem is Slayers are coming for us now. I don't think we have any more summons, so... There's 2 giant Slayers coming. Ungrim is almost dead. We're pulling ahead on the bounce, but I still don't think we can win it, because there's just so much stuff, and once they do catch us... Try and finish off these 2 giant Slayers to... This Rifle Master is going to sit. Is he going to be able to finish off Ungrim?
Quickly now.
So we can fight here. He's very low, 335. Luther gets a really nice attack there. And it looks like we might be able to get him. He's pretty much out of ammunition here, so Ungrim is dead at this point. So now we just need to really focus down the Slayers. Power siphoning isn't going to do anything here. It's pretty useless. Oh my god, this game's crazy. This game is wild. Ironbreakers are going to be tough, so we need to just focus down the Slayers because they have the most DPS against us. The Slayer in me seeks death. So Luther's pistol is probably going to be better here. The Gunnery White can pull back. We can actually fight them up close, it's fine. The Gunnery White should be running though, because he has a really good rifle too, so we can just leave the Vampire Caster to kind of tank and spank. Although Dwarves have really good mass here, so it's going to be hard to escape. Oh my god, this is a close one, Jesus. Alright, if the Gunnery White gets away, I think we're okay. Because he could just fall back and then shoot. While the Vampire Caster kind of does her thing here. There's no sense in like sitting and letting those Ironbreakers just beat on us, so. Buggin's Rangers are a pretty good target. Luther, do we have extra powder? We don't. You know, this build actually was surprisingly resilient. I mean, it has good potential for the late game, too. So we're going to try and slow those guys down and get out here and help. There's one Slayer in there. Because Luther's pistol hits like a truck, dude. And it has freaking, it lowers physical resist, among other things. It's like, oh, that's pretty bad for him. Because now we're just sitting here with our rifles and just kind of picking on these guys. We break those Rangers. That's pretty big if we do. And that's army losses. Oh, baby! We did it! We freaking did it! I can't believe it! Oh my god. That was a close game. The extra powder on Luther is nasty. He just freaking goes all day. Oh man. That extra powder. Oh. Holy shit. I can't believe that. That was a I'm sure it may have been painful to watch, but the extra powder was, I don't know, I think that would be a fun game to watch. It's really close. Ungrim just got kited. Oh man. That was nuts. That's a good way to finish the stream. GG, man. I said, GG, man, let's play more. For now, the next few days. All right, so that's it for now. Zach, unfortunately, I have to go. My hands are getting a little sore, and I've been on the computer a lot today, so. Oh, man. That was a crazy one. Extra powder, extra good. Luther on foot is really, really nasty. So another donation from Garland, just coming in with the hot Swedish donations. Any plans for a further head-to-head campaign with Spartacus? Those are always fun, especially the banter. I'd be down to. Yeah. I'm not against that at all. I'm not against that at all. All right, and we're out for now. Yeah, I'd like to do another head-to-head with Sparty. It'd be fun. Maybe I will. Oh, it's hard to deal with the dwarves. Like, their infantry just crump you. But I found that using Luther. So if dwarves try and trade cannons with that build, if they trade for your cannons, they bring like 3 cannons of their own, you'll win that trade because your 2 deck gunners plus your 4 cannons will crush their cannons. And at that point, you pretty much win because they have to waddle out. Now, if they go with a Ranger Vanguard and a ton of Rangers, that's probably the hardest situation. At that point, you have to screen with Luther, summons, and use your hounds really effectively to control the battlefield. It's still hard. Oh, the light in the room has changed, so like in the background, so the green screen's all like screwed up and everything now. So Let's see if I can fix that, actually. Yeah, who cares? Who cares? We'll just go back to the scorecards. So yeah. Next stream will probably be tomorrow, actually. I'm thinking about streaming tomorrow, so. And then if they go with Rangers, it's probably the hardest situation, but if they go with an infantry rush, it's hard too. But it's pretty well-rounded for sure. And the Fellbats chasing off the gyrocopter is really nice, but Luther on foot is a monster. Like, he's a small target, so they can't like snipe him easily, and he can kite and shoot. It's really, really strong. Yeah. That's true, Garland. That is very true. There's power to be had. There's power to be had. All right, guys, I'm out for now. I'm going to go get some food. Thank you guys so much for supporting on the stream. Very well played to all of our challengers. Congratulations to Zero for winning the King of the Hill. Great games from King and Flying Taco and Shetland, and then also, of course, from Zach there at the end. It was just super fun. So thank you guys so much for joining. And yeah, we'll get back to doing some head-to-heads. Just quick ones for sure, but I don't know. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. All right, thank you guys so much for joining, and we'll see you guys next time. Cheers.